The way this guy takes a bite out of his food before coming. We are here with the OSAS Finale Week 2. I'm here with 3Z Breezy, goat of the game, handsome gentleman, among many other things. We are probably going to head into game as soon as possible. We are going through a gauntlet. All the teams that are currently still in the tournament are going through a gauntlet right now to decide whether they can make it to day 2. So they'll almost every team's playing they'll play 2 or more games depending on if there's like tiebreaker situations. We'll see what happens. But every set counts for this one. So we're going to head into game 1 soon. We're looking at Chikara Red versus Luna Goalie. A lot of recognizable names on this list, 3Z, especially Chikara Red.
Yeah, we've got Jar the Jar, well known, probably has the most games in Omega Strikers history. Grinds the game, has grinded ranked. Feeling a little bit burnt out this past week, so I've heard, but he's back. He's ready to perform. Excited to see what we have from Jeff. As well, we have other competitors. We have Zonseki, who also plays the game a lot. We have Renko as well. And then we have a full roster of subs, so interesting to see what our starting roster will be, but assuming it will be Jar, Renko, and Zonseki for today.
Yeah, I would not be surprised to see some subs come in. Really, any of these teams. There can be lulls in interest of the game sometimes. Sometimes you sign up for these tournaments, and sometimes the subs are just better because they just get better. Because all these players have been improving so much throughout like the whole tournament, so it's really hard to know who's going to be the best 3 on any given roster. But on Luna Goalie side, I'll point out Arrow Mint is a name I recognize from the Fire Up tournament. I know. Received some coaching at some point in the coaching Discord. So also players looking to improve in this tournament, which is always cool to see.
Yeah, 100%. I'm looking here at Luna Goalie. I mean, it'd be a surprise if they didn't have a Luna Goalie player. So we're going to see some Bombas hopefully coming out unless that gets banned. So I'm excited for that. Interesting to see whether, because we know Jar is a Dubu Goalie primary. He's got thousands of games on that character, especially from beta. So interesting to see whether we'll see a KO comp come out here from side of Luna Goalie, whether that will be banned, or we'll see the kind of Dubu core control kind of hold it down comp come out from Chikara Red. Interesting to see what bans will be because we've got 2 kind of strong goalie players. So interesting to see if both teams will decide to ban those out or opt for more offensive bans against brawlers and midfielders.
We do have a micro patch today. I don't know how much the changes will affect these 2 teams in particular. I don't think any striker target. Well, we have a little bit of Vice from Zonseki, so it'd be interesting to see the Vice come out and see if its strength is actually affected by those primary nerfs. If you asked me, I didn't look like it would be that big of a deal. The nerfs seem relatively small, but it could add up. Something I'm going to keep my eye on for sure.
Yep, as we look to load into this game, I think it'll be interesting as well. Zonseki in particular, I've seen him in my own personal solo queue games. Brawler player, has a lot of strength on X, Centauro, kind of just commanding that goal box and that KO pressure. So interesting to see whether Luna Goalie will be able to keep up with him as a force. Yeah, like I said, just interesting to see what kind of comps will come out. Starting ratings, obviously you mentioned we had a micro patch, so Catalyst looking to be super strong, perfect form as well on that Centauro. Obviously the striker getting nerfed, but you'll notice not a nerf to his damage. So nerf to some cooldowns, but not nerfs to damage. So Centauro's still really strong. So maybe we'll see that come out from both sides, especially if Luna Goalie decides to go with the kill comp. I would imagine we see that from them. But yeah, I'm just really excited to see what kind of comps we have come in.
Yeah, at the same time, some of those other strikers getting a little bit of some stagger buffs might help them get through this KO meta a little bit more easily. But we could also, I would not be surprised to see both teams not even opt for the full KO strategy.
100%.
And if they do, Jar to Jar has that Atlas in the back pocket, which has been strong for quite a while now since the ultimate healing buffs. Really,
yeah.
I think the only existing counter that to the KO meta.
100%. And we also got, I believe, Juno-based stagger buffs, and then we got hotshot buffs. So those are both Juno buffs, one indirect and one very direct. Hotshot probably triple S tier on that striker. So interesting to see if we'll have Juno pick today, because the core already moves fast enough with her in the game. So we'll see just how fast we can get it going here in a moment once we load in.
Yeah, we should be getting in soon. On the topic of Juno, Orbnet does actually have like quite a few games on the character. So if you see Orbnet, it'd be pretty fun to see. If it's like a hot shot start, especially, then like it's almost like you have to pick that Juno. I feel like, just to try it out.
100%.
Also, I wonder. I mean, I hope it's on a day like this when the micro patch comes out. It's also a race to see like which team get the most scrims in before a tournament like this. Sometimes it's like who can understand the patch the best, who can figure out if there's a new meta, what it is, and can take the biggest advantage of it. Whether or not that'll be important in this game is not something we'll really be able to see, but we will be able to comment on the changes at least.
Yeah, 100%. I know lots of top teams are scrimming right now, so interesting to see what went down in the amateur scene. You know, lots of small changes, tweaks to trainings, stuff that can add up. We got fire up buffs, I believe we got catalyst buffs as well. So energy really important. It kind of seems like you can avoid playing this KO meta, especially at the amateur level where maybe damage isn't quite as coordinated, and so core control it kind of is the meta, or maybe just opportunistic kills alongside core control really allows you to win games, because you have passing, you have the core just moving at speeds that are really hard for even top players to react to, and so we'll see that maybe coming out. I mean, it's gonna be fun,
and it will be fun, and we're heading in the game. We'll finally get Demon Dice. So speaking of the KO meta, I don't think we're ever gonna see that leave from this map in particular. We see some hovers already, but it could really go anywhere from here. Like, for example, Era. I'm not the biggest fan of Era on this map, but with an X combining, I think that's like the only way you could possibly make it work. And we're banning the Juno. It'd be interesting if it's a hotshot start or something like that, and they were looking into that already and were prepared to get that banned. But when the X ban also targeting Zunseki makes a lot of sense. And an Asher pick from Kai Fangirl 12.
Yeah, we know that Kai Fangirl 12 is an Era main, and so banning that X kind of makes sense. You want to ban either that Era or that X, because Zunseki does play that X, so Era X, probably one of the strongest forward duos in the game. We're going to see a Dubu come out from both sides. And oh my, throw back to beta. We've got Rune Asher, ladies and gentlemen. If you were not there for beta, it was a time to be alive. We had Rune Asher, meta, core control. The core was moving at speeds incomprehensible by all for quite a few patches. But here we go, loading in. We have Amy Juliet versus Asher Rune forward on Demon Dies.
What do we think we're going to see here? We see a timeless start. We do not know what the other training was, which is interesting. But Me getting a timeless start is going to be huge in this game. Both Dubus are going to love it. Rune is going to love it. We even see the Julie with the timeless creator start. So I guess
I wonder what the other training was.
Yeah.
Asher's definitely going to profit off of that too on both of her passive and her ultimate, as you see Kai Fangirl getting that second barrier.
Yeah, for sure. Again, a really good start here. Keeping that core control, especially at level 1 when there's not that much damage. I say as Zunseki almost dies. You do, like, the comps like this tend to shine the best, honestly. But we'll have to see how it develops and as more damage comes out. But right now, a lot of pressure on this goal.
Yeah, just this Rune with timeless start is going to be really strong. Asher as well, going to just have that defensive matrix up where she just doesn't take a lot of damage. So maybe can block a few of these Imi turret shots. Just stand in Juliet ult with that secondary passive active and not take a whole lot of damage, as you see pressure mounting here on the side of Chikara Red. So just trying to get this goal, not really worried about giving up their barriers.
Yeah, and they haven't
as you see, yeah.
With and a lot of pressure, we're keeping. Yeah, we're in the goal right now. Zunseki and Kai Fangirl. Kai Fangirl staying up very far, and the game plan here is let's get our Rune to pass up to our Asher, who can just kind of shove it in almost every time. But we're having some trouble on defense.
My, and the core just glitches right through the Dubu wall, working as intended as always. But now both barriers are cracked, so a little bit interesting here as we see Orbnet flip it up. But Aromatic cannot get the core, but opts for the KO instead. But the Rune Pillar, too fast for Icy to react to in the net, and that's going to be 1-0.
Yeah, damage going pretty even there, all things considered, towards the end. Orbnet almost getting KO'd, but even with the KO, just one good play is all you need to get that core in with an open net, and they finally get there.
Yep, 100%. You see Jar here with core flip, so Aromatic going to opt to use their ult and both abilities to get him low, but Kai Fangirl protects their goalie, and now Jar is staggered.
Yeah, gonna have to keep an eye on both these staggered teammates. Which team can convert off of KOing one more? Ult comes through to take out Icy with the banish, and that gets one goal barrier. A good job containing the core on their side of the field from Chikara, but it does not matter. Icy holds.
Yeah, just both teams battling back and forth here. Not really doing too much damage. You see Orbnet kind of at half HP. Kai Fangirl as well, but as you see here, Aromatic using all of their abilities, core flip to secure that first barrier, and now Jar and Kai Fangirl looking rather low.
Yeah, Jakara are going to have to be careful. They are, on paper, the team with less damage, but another great banish just takes Icy out and opens up the goal, both goal nets. By the KO to trade it out from Luna goalie.
Yeah, Orbnet there with a nice glitch pop to finish off Kai Fangirl, but this Rune Pillar just in their way. They can't get past it. Timeless, so strong the striker, but Zonseki just not able to land that core flip. Maybe looking for a shot on the open goal and Dubu, but just not able to find that core flip. As you see here, just trying to get this core out, placing that defensive pillar, and now it goes back to Icy with pressure mounting from Chikara Red.
This is the part of the game where Asher has the most trouble on this map, is getting that core all the way up and then being in position to score right after. And that's going to be, I think, the #1 problem this team has with their comp of both Rune and Asher, because neither of these characters can both like really move across the map and score at the same time. Like Rune can teleport up, but Asher has trouble scoring, where Asher has trouble moving up but less trouble scoring. So that's like the problem they need to figure out their solution to throughout the rest of this game. And ooh, we get the double tap in with the punch from Aromatic Minty to tie it up 1-1.
Yeah, 100%. It kind of comes down to which forward is able to stand on the goalie after the barriers are open. I would say that if Asher is able to stand on Icy on Dubu, and if Aromatic is able to just stand on Jar, it's going to be pretty easy for the other midfielder to pass it into a spot where the goalie isn't and just have the brawlers CC them. So we'll see who's kind of able to execute that strategy, or maybe just play for a KO as we get scaling here with a Rune double banish, and then Asher obviously with that primary hitting super hard as well. We see there Amy just blinks in Juliet with a flip, and that gets a KO onto Kai Fangirl.
And honestly, the timeless is just on both these characters, but mainly Aimee is going to be just like a ticking time bomb, because whenever that ult's up, it's almost a guaranteed barrier. And we get as one KO, as Kai Fangirl comes up, Jar the Jar is taken out. We might be able to get a trade here from the Rune combo, and we do. Zonseki trading one out. Let's see if we can defend from this core flip, but we are not able to. Jakara almost make it out, but Jar the Jar is back online to help defend this goal.
Yeah, we're seeing Icy kind of walk up here. Does have core flip, so places that offensive Dubu wall. Playing behind the Amy turret. This is going to be super hard to keep out, but this Rune Pillar doing a great job. Juliet ult coming down, just can't find it. Does find the KO, though. So Zonseki going to be down, while Chikara Red, again, forced to defend, but do have that Tofu Fortress. Timeless, but Orbnet just comes flying in for the goal.
And this is what I like about this team so much, is not only do they have more damage, is that they also just have a little bit of an easier time scoring them, in my opinion. From just like, it's so much easier for Aimee to set up like an ulti or just like a good cyber swipe or even glitch pop, where Rune and Asher kind of have to like already be in position if they want to get something going. Kai Fangirl taking a lot of damage here.
Yeah, I mean, Amy just has so many tools, can dash in, as you see Kai Fangirl getting KO'd, but not at the cost of a barrier there. So, once again, we see 2 barriers to none, but a man down here for Chikara Red. A lot of scoring potential on Aimee, and as well on Juliet. A little bit more than Asher. You got some combo abilities that you can set up with some dribbling. Aimee obviously has that range threat, but you see here Chikara just putting on the pressure, and Luna Goalie not able to defend. Great path splitter there, and then Zonseki just able to find the goal.
And that's a situation where Rune can finally shine, is that when you're actually in the goal and you have a teammate with you and you're battling the goalie. It's really scary to try to cross clear against Rune because they can just throw a pillar down wherever the core is, like on reaction, and just score it like that, especially when you're a melee goalie and don't have ways to reach across. But this is in the final set of the point here. Already, both gold barriers going down for Jakara. The pass from the glitch pop was perfectly to Aromatic Minty, who hits it right to the top.
Yeah, nice strike there, Bray. Aromatic Minty just finds the core, places a shot. Well done there from Luna goalie. Just find those early barriers, really mounting that pressure, and Chikara Red not able to stop their offense there.
I think you have to take extra special here on Dubin. Not only is it like really good on your character, but if you let Rune have it, things can get pretty bad pretty quick. Monumentalist, I think, can be if the pillars are able to expand here, it can do a really good job of just kind of controlling an entire area of these like offensive on top of the goal barrier, below the goal barrier, especially with Timeless. I think that could be pretty insane. And
yeah, 100%. I mean, Rune with Timeless, there was a match yesterday, or the day before on Primetime Tuesday, where we had a Rune with Timeless, like Twin Drive Primetime. As we see KO come out, it's just Rune with those two trainings, Monumentalist and Timeless, can be a big threat. So look for that here as this goal is open. As you see, just that massive pillar come down, getting both barriers off of that KO. Looking to put on a bit more offensive pressure here with these pillars.
Yeah, oh, he gets through. That was a great play. Great strike boy to get through that and give Kai Fangirl a chance at the shot at goal. And we can see another one here. These pillars are so hard. They have hands. They are very hard to get through. They're going to be around for so long. It's already how they got both goal barriers. If they can get a goal off it as well, but the pressure is mounting on top of them. Aromatic McT and Orbnet trying to mount an attack on this goal barrier, but the Jar is currently holding strong. They're able to clear it through. Zonseki passes to himself. Oh, great play there.
Yeah, nice goal by Zonseki. Passes ahead. Icy maybe has a shot at that core, so he just speeds it up a little more with that rune pillar. Nice slot there from Zonseki.
Yeah, really great shot. Everything there mattered. Really close. But that's the extra special Dubu ulti right there. Just kind of showing its strength. Just immediately putting so much pressure on them, getting both goal barriers. One's traded back by Zonseki. But just the pressure from that original double goal barrier is going to be really hard to overcome throughout this set.
Yeah, as you see, Zonseki looking really low, just taking all the pressure from Juliet, though. Does respond with the Banished Pillar to clear that core, and now just opting for an orb there. But Aromatic Minty does have the core, looking for a core flip into Punch. Finds that goal. I believe also a strike down to the bottom corner, so well played by Aromatic Minty.
Yeah, great play there. Not being like too. Sometimes when people have their core flip, they get too anxious and feel the need to use it like as soon as they can, as soon as they have any sort of opportunity. But Aromatic Minty being patient and like really making sure it's going to be a guaranteed shot by getting right up next to the goal barrier or right up next to the goal line.
Yeah, 100% stunning Jar the Jar with that core flip, and then just finishing off with another stun in that dash and strike. Just really unsavable from Jar there. So well played. As we see, just taking both barriers now. I mean, Aromatic Minty 1v3 in the box with the goal. Dominance here from this Juliet striker. Aromatic Minty showing off their skills.
Yeah, really cool interaction there with the specialized ulti. Really pushed Jar to Jar so far back that there was just no chance of defending the goal after the goal barrier was lost. The awakenings like that, because you don't like. Specialized on Julie is really good, but you just don't see it like as it's not like a huge priority or anything, right? So when you see those interactions, it's a little bit more rare.
Yeah, 100%. Specialized Julie ulti is super strong, as you see here. Just Zonseki opting to defend with those double pillars. Doesn't have any for offense. Kai Fangirl and Aromatic Minty here, looking low. It fades the Julie ult just before it pops, but Dash Punch gonna find that KO, and we're regenning now on the side of Luna goalie, so looking to mount pressure. But Zonseki does have his core flip to defend this barrier, looking to just stay ahead. Icy pushing up, trying to mount this offense while they have a power play. Zonseki, though, banishing Orbnet to get that core clear.
Yeah. Oh, that's the core flip gone.
Yeah.
Aromatic McT able to get that pick. That's so huge. And this also 3v2 situation is gonna like be so much easier to contest this midfield with the rune gone. But they're able to hold strong. The ulti's coming out. The Asher Wall able to get through, but slips right by the rune pillar. There's now a lot of pressure on the goal right now. But all three of them standing tall, just standing on top of each other, kind of an unbreakable wall. they are able to hold this last barrier. Oh, the clear just barely misses the corner, and an unfortunate own barrier, but it still is. This round can go either way. And another.
Yeah, another KO there coming out from the side of Luna Goalie. Aromatic Minty looking to get this core up and strike it in. Kai Fangirl also low. Does put out that pass splitter to block off an angle. Aromatic Minty does have the core. Kai Fangirl opts to core flip. Orbnet sends it back in. This core is moving rapidly, ladies and gentlemen. And finally, it finds the goal. I believe, yes, it was Icy that found the goal, maybe with a log.
I think a rune. There might have been an unfortunate rune pillar there. I'm not sure. It was hard to tell. I think that core flip though from Aimi was, I think it was trying to bounce off of the corner and then hit their Jar to Jar's Dubu wall and go in, which would have been an insane angle. But built different going to Geely. Just obviously biz training. Prime time, super strong. A lot of really strong trainings in this round. Like,
yeah, we see a big fish coming out from Asher. So usually if you're the brawler player, you'd like to be the only one to receive size, but both brawlers here having that size training, so a little bit even there in terms of that. Obviously, Juliet going to hit like a truck here, already getting some KOs, so look to see that more from Aromatic Minty. As we see this Dubu wall and Amy turret combo just come out, I mean, impenetrable to pass from the side of Luna Goalie.
Yeah, that is going to be annoying with these double timeless and extra special, like online. There's just so much to get through, but and yeah, getting both barriers based off of that, basically just off of that pressure alone. And let's see what they can do from here.
Yeah, Zonseki really placing these rune pillars, but not a lot of time for them to fully form as he gets too close to the wall. Aromatic Minty just has his number, finding multiple KOs on him throughout this round, and just Orbnet trying to flip it in, can't quite do it. Pass splitter blocks the attempt, but Aromatic Minty does have core flip. Jar strikes, but he strikes again. Aromatic Minty just waits too long. The rune pillar in the way as well. So nice defense here from Chikara Red, really standing strong, playing as a unit on their half, but really just can't seem to create enough pressure.
Yeah, I mean, we were able to, or Chikara able to get through not only one but two core flips to defend with one player down. Oh, Aromatic Minty tries to get the ability to block it, but the core flip, but is not able to clear. Oh, these saves are just so tight. Jar to Jar able to defend through all these, but yeah, the abilities come in, core's moving way too fast. That's going to hit the bottom corner, and that's 1 point to start the possible final set of this map.
Yeah, I mean, you see the core just moving at blazing speeds. Dubu can't really react with his abilities if the core is not coming in his direction. His roll obviously takes a second to move. As you see the core flip just coming right around the Dubu wall, but nice save there from Icy, just keeping it out. These rune pillars just trying to find it, but Icy not able to hit the core flip. Then you get a banish from Zonseki, so that's 2 barriers to none here for Chikara Red. Looking to kind of start some momentum here in this third set.
Yeah, but the pressure has already been swapped in sides, but Zonseki kind of has a shot on goal here. See if Kai Fangirl can find something here with the Asher abilities, but not able to get through. We got the offensive Jar to Jar walking up, throw the ulti down, and there's no way out. Finally, we get a rune pillar that's able to fully form, and it's just Asher also has size, so there's just like these huge objects in front of the goal. There's just no way out, and they're able to kind of checkmate Icy there.
Yeah, you had Kai Fangirl standing at the top angle. Zonseki with core flip in front of that rune pillar, just so impressive. But now, Aromatic Minty forces that core flip, going to come out, just looking to KO Zonseki here, who does miss his banish. Aromatic Minty going to look to deny this orb from Zonseki, just playing around that. Really, just blood is in the water right now for Aromatic Minty, playing for those KOs more than anything, but does opt for core flip defended by Jar the Jar to keep that out. So nice play there from Jar as Zonseki just looking to get this barrier with Kai Fangirl, and they are putting on the pressure, but Aromatic Minty does strike, finds that KO onto Zonseki. But as we see, Jar the Jar with the core flip just to keep this one out, stalled out a little longer, comes right back to him though, unfortunately. Kai Fangirl as well with the core flip, and just core flips galore here. Kai Fangirl to Icy, back onto their side. Dubu ult and Amy ult deployed. Now we see that second barrier fall. Orbnet going to be blocked off by that Tofu Fortress. Does use core flip though, Jar able to save it. As Kai Fangirl is KO'd by Aromatic Minty. Again, just insane KO potential here from Aromatic Minty. Even with this timeless creator starting, which does not affect any of Juliet's abilities, just find this insane KO pressure off of the stagger that they're able to build.
Yeah, I was already getting those KOs earlier, and with the build different, and like you're just going to get even more KOs coming in. Both goal barriers open though, or both goals open. Oh, it bounces just off. It's just such a crazy angle, and then plus the demon dice at the top, the little wave, the sound waves, just push it right in perfectly to that top corner.
Yeah, I was confused because I thought we saw a rune pillar there, but it gave Jar the Jar credit for the goal. So maybe a little bit of own goal potential there. I mean, this core is just moving rapidly, Fudgy Waffles.
Yeah, it's just with all these creations and all these timeless, it's like it is very hard to tell what's going on. But the pressure, there's so much pressure on Jar to Jar here. Oh, the rune pillar able to get it out. Very close. Jar to Jar has flip here, probably gonna have to use it. Oh, and Aerobatic Minty just throws out the cooldowns, able to just shove that in. 2-2 on bringing us to set point. No matter what.
Yeah, set point here. Chikara Red trying to find an angle to start this reverse sweep, but just not able to defend there from Jeff the Jar. Great stuff by Aerobatic Minty, just able to find that punch as Jar releases his core flip strike. And now Chikara Red do have both flips on the side, but Orbnet with the cyber swipe, Juliet dash punch does find that KO onto Zonseki with core flip. So now it's going to be a 3-on-2 power play, and they do find one, but Kai Fangirl with the flip to save that second barrier, and now Zonseki is back, does not find the banish. Tofu Fortress is going to keep that core out. Now we have the Timeless Rune Pillar just in that bottom half. So barriers are 1-1 as Jar the Jar now looking low on stagger. Aromatic Minty has found their target as Glitch Pop coming in. Jar the Jar looking low, can opt to find a barrier here. Just trying to keep it out, but are not able to. That Chikara Red defense does fall, and Icy Core flips it out to save the barrier. Core flips up to Orbnet. Nice path splitter coming out from Kai Fangirl 12 to block that off. Now we see Zonseki by Kai Fangirl moving up here, trying to find this barrier before anything happens, but Aromatic Minty just ult, dash punch, and flips for good measure. Zonseki out once again, and they cannot stop Aromatic Minty right now, Fudgy Waffles.
Yeah, they are going to have to... A lot of abilities were used to get KOs there on the bright side, so gives them some time to defend. And we have a Dubu moment. Oh, he could go through with the pillars!
And Jeff the Jar's Dubu Fortress did not win. It just went right through. We had the Rune Pillar as well to block it. This core is moving a grillion miles per hour, Fudgy Waffles.
There's just so much coming out. There's so, like, what can you... There's, like, it's so hard to predict, but there's so much space being taken in front of this goal because of this Rune Pillar that we're able to save that anyway. Oh, almost an open shot. Probably would have been saved anyway. But core flip coming out to break out the last barrier, but almost a shot from Aerobatic. But you win the round, and it does, actually, through the... I believe the punch is able to shove that in through Jar to Jar with the stun, and that takes map 1 just out of map 1.
Yeah, crazy flip there from Kai Fangirl 12. Does find that barrier, but it just ricochets right back to Aerobatic Minty, and just too fast finds that punch into that bottom corner. Jar the Jar not able to stop it. So crazy stuff there. I mean, we said Hotshot was going to make the core move quickly, but I don't think we even had Hotshot that game. That core was moving insanely fast. With those creation trainings, this core starts moving very quickly. So interesting to see what we're going to have in game 2. I think starting awakenings matter a lot. I've said it pretty much every broadcast that I've casted recently. Starting awakenings are the key to draft in terms of your characters, but we had Juliet dominate that game. I mean, 35k damage, 9 KOs, savage from Aromatic Minty. Just insane stuff on that timeless Julie. I mean, dominating that match.
Yeah, although it is like timeless Julie dominating, question mark, but to be fair, also, like, I do think that Timeless is stronger on I.Me than any other character in the game, including Rune. And honestly, I've heard this from known Rune player Blue Flu, that Monumentalist is secretly not as bis as it seems on Rune, because it's just so much harder to get those fully formed pillars in the right spots, especially with Timeless and Monu. Although the pillars are huge, it'll have insane impact if you get it down. It is just really difficult to get them in both a place where it will have high value and also like be able to be fully formed. So a lot of trouble like kind of ended up there. Although the defensive pillars were obviously like really showing up, you just need a little bit more offensive pressure from that character.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Rune placing some pillars, they were pretty big, but on Demon Days especially, just not the best map for it. That Amy finding a ton of value. You see 31k damage coming out from Orbnet, only 15k from Zonseki, so that really played a part in Aromatic Minty, just able to find more KOs than Kai Fangirl, only with 1. Just able to do more damage, and that's kind of what Demon Days is about, because core control is really hard on that map. The barriers aren't super easy to take, really easy to defend. So KOs are kind of what wins games, and the side of Luna Goli just finding more and taking that map 1. So interesting to see what map and what awakenings we're going to roll for match 2.
Yeah, and we are in queue and should be able to get in shortly. But still looking back at that last game, and just in general, even like despite the comp and or like looking at not even looking at the comp and just looking at how the teams were playing that game, just in general, I really liked Luna Goli. Like I really felt like they were playing together as a team. On KOs, sometimes Aromatic Minty was just able to just find some like pretty, really like just great picks on like targets like Zonseki with Flip, or really just anyone in that game was just a target for that Julie that with 9 KOs. But Orbnet was able to like just throw out some stuns into to put enemies into position for the Julie to just kind of finish it off. So just like actually seeing the team work together to get KOs is like huge, because that is like a difference maker at this level, is how well can you play with your team and actually set up like combos as a team to get not only KOs, but even like at the start of every round, just like no, I'm sure it seems like they're combing like when they have Dubu Wall and when they have Old, and just kind of comboing those on top of each other, just kind of make these like really unclearable attacks with just like huge creations just like in the way of
Yeah, 100%. It felt like Luna Goli was, in terms of offense, really, really coordinated. They had that extra special Dubu Wall, that timeless turret come out, and then also on the kill side, yeah, you said Orbnet just doing a ton of damage. We saw, again, 31k come out, but also there were some times, right, where you saw a cyber swipe come in and then a dash punch follow, and that's just what can you do if you're Zonseki? I mean, that cyber swipe is coming from off of your field of view, right? You're focused on the core, you're focused on watching where that Juliet's positioning, trying to gauge that dash punch range, and if you're a little bit outside of it, all it takes is one cyber swipe or a glitch pop to put you in. And so yeah, just Luna Goli, great coordination, especially on offense. And then Icy just demonstrating that really they can hold it down the box. 78 saves, 182 redirects, most in the match on both of those stats. So insane stuff from the side of Luna Goli. Interesting to see, again, how Awakening's maps will switch this up for Game 2.
Yeah, for sure. Would be glad to not see Demon Dice again, to be honest. I think it's a fun map. I don't hate it. Like I know a lot of people that do hate it. I generally enjoy playing on it, but it is rough to in competitive play to get that map and kind of feel like you don't. Maybe it's not. It's very polarizing, because it's so polarizing. Like certain teams are just going to perform way better on it than others. So hoping to see a little bit more variety. Seeing some other playstyles come out from different teams and such.
Yeah, 100%. Interesting to see if we'll stick with a Dubu mirror. Wasn't really expecting that from the side of Luna Goli, but with a timeless creator start, how can you not? And then getting that extra special on top of it. So interesting to see what picks will come out with the awakenings that we have. I mean, ideally, you saw a little bit of potential for a coordinated damage comp there from the side of Luna Goli with that Amy Juliet. If they're able to find an awakening to put on their goalie and play a KO damage goalie, I mean, this could really be scary for Chikara Red. On that side, though, you do have a bit of core control coming out. I mean, Kai Fangirl able to find these really unique angles on those barriers. Zonseki as well, playing that midfield pretty well, controlling with those rune pillars. I'd say give them a better map, and that match is much, much closer. As we saw in kind of that set 3, almost able to take that and kind of snowball, potentially for a reverse sweep.
Yeah, it'd be really interesting if we end up on a map like Oni Village or something, and maybe on a map like that we'll see Chikara just kind of have like a better chance to shine here with what they seem to prefer, like core control characters, and just kind of like playing together no matter where they are in the map. Like honestly, like even look at the redirects from last game. Kai
Right.
Fangirl and Zonseki both had 145, like the same exact amount, because they tend to play closer to each other, which I don't think is a bad thing. Although, like maybe like it is probably realistically the Asher could be playing a bit farther up and maybe getting more goals that way, and maybe they would have been able to mount more pressure. Maybe, but the way they like to play, which is where probably they're going to end up performing the best, is just kind of playing together wherever they are on the map and moving the core up together. and then making plays together in the goal is a team game. So
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you saw 3 of them just holding that barrier on Demon Days. So interesting. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, we have everybody's favorite map, Demon Days, back again. So we're going to see hovers for the same comp by the side of Luna Goalie, that Juliet, Amy, Dubu. We'll see what bans come out here, though, Fudgy Waffles, because that's going to depend on both starting awakenings and how teams want to kind of shake this up. We're going to see an X ban come out for the side of Luna Goalie, so same as last round.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see a Julie ban, but we do see the Juno knocked away again. Just don't want to have to deal with that. It is really annoying, and if you don't know like how to deal with Juno, or like or generally just not comfortable with it, then it can get really spicy when you're having to go against that. And this round, like, surely it's not another timeless creator start. Aimee is not going to be as powerful, and we see Julie Zentaro. We are dropping that core control idea, and we are going full Demon Dice this match.
Yeah, I'm excited to see an all-out slugfest here come out. Zonseki on that signature Zentaro. We see a substitute come in, Swift Duelist on the Juliet. So mid-match substitution, I believe, coming out from Chikara Red, swapping that roster. Oh my goodness, but Airbag Minty just find that KO immediately on Zonseki. Gotta stay away from those edges.
Yeah, we see a built different start, so everyone in the game taking it. Once again, we do not know what the other option was, but it does not matter because everyone is huge this game. This was nerfed. The sizes, they're all a little bit smaller than they used to be. I'm not going to lie, I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference, but maybe some Julie kills just don't get there because the size is just a little bit smaller.
One thing you also want to watch out for is the fact that this Aimee does have Siphoning Wand, going to be doing a bit more damage than Zentaro would be. As you see, Swift Duelist there with the dash punch. Zentaro opting for that Vambrace start. As you see, Air Mag Minty right back, so it just looks like a battle of Juliets here so far. Of course, Swift Duelist does have Pummelers and Air Mag Minty with the Vambrace, so interesting to see here how these teams will take these damage trades, because Swift Duelist, no Vambrace, but Air Mag Minty does have it, so really interesting to see what will come out, especially later in the game when damage starts to scale.
Yeah, so especially early on with the Zentaro nerfs, you do have to hit every ability, especially to make use of this advantage you have of should be healing a little bit more, but doing slightly less damage. If you're able to get all your cooldowns down, I really like keeping the speed there on that clear up, by the way. If you're able to keep winning these trades, you do have to like hit every ability and keep the strong hits on them. Otherwise, you will have some trouble. And Swift Duelist is able to find a KO. This Julie's getting KOs over and over again. It is strong. Like, people, when you think about this map, you think about damage, but realistically, you are going to be standing closer to the wall generally because there is just less room to not be standing near the wall. Aimee ult comes out, is met with a Dubu wall, and we are going to still just no goal barrier found for this Chikara team.
As you say that, though, Caster Curse, we got a double barrier, but not able to clear it. The pressure mounts for the side of Luna Goalie, and Aromatic Minty able to put that first goal away. You see kind of a flip here coming out. Initially, you saw Chikara Red kind of last game holding it down, getting those 2 barriers early, but now opting to just play for damage, so down 2 barriers early there, and not able to recover from that early momentum by Chikara Red. Or, excuse me, by Luna Goalie.
Yeah, the sides have switched, and that is also, like, destroying my brain. But, it's, yeah, core flip ready here. Let's see how we use it. All right. We're able to keep it up, at least, with the flip, but Swift Duelist with no evade meter is going to take a lot of damage. 1 goal barrier found from Zonseki. Able to get a good 1v2 there. Orbnet has flip, so there's Jar to Jar. Able to match Minty once again, using really good use of that that primary to get that through. Perfect Dubu log to really block that out. There's nowhere to go with that flip. But Zonseki looking really low here.
Yeah, Zonseki just trying to stay alive. Remember, does have that Vambrace. Jar the Jar, though, looking low. Airmac Minty just able to find this damage onto Jar the Jar, and that's really what kind of is making Jar nervous, it seems like, is when you're any goalie and you're taking a lot of damage. Airmatic Minty again, no elusive. Spin Fielder's dead, it doesn't matter. He's got Juliet ult into dash to find the KO, and then the core just lands in his pocket. for that open net.
And this is something I just realized. Jar the Jar has Strike Shot and Icy has Momentum Boots. I feel like I tend to see a bit Pauldrons a bit more on this map because you just are able to tank that much more damage. But oh, the combo coming out on the Minty, having to back up here, but not going to matter because this turret just has such large hands that like, how can you beat a turret that just keeps shooting at you? It's basically 2 barriers off of that alone.
Yeah, this Amy turret from Orbnet really well placed, just playing around that while Aromatic Minty is just still staggered. But yeah, really interesting. I know Jar the Jar is coveted Dubu with a gun, as he calls it, Strike Shot coming out. But then you have Momentum Boost from Icy. I would say is more correct choice as Orbnet slots that in bottom corner to find this first set. But yeah, typically you would see Pauldrons come out, especially from Dubu. Does give more sides, and especially with this built different start, Dubu does do a little bit of damage and can find an opportunistic KO. So Pauldrons definitely would be the right choice, but interesting to see how these goalies are going to play with their unique gears, as you see stacks on stacks coming out from Icy. So he's going to have even more speed with that Momentum Boots. Oh no, here you see Hot Shot coming out from Jar the Jar. His Dubu wall is going to make the core move at a quick pace. If you guys didn't know, Odyssey recently changed how that interaction works. The core and Dubu wall do not get along. Dubu wall makes the core move really, really fast, and with Hot Shot, that's an extra 35%. So stay tuned for some blazing core here coming down. We saw Zonseki as well grabbing that reverberation training Swift Duelist with that bulk up, so a little bit more stagger there. But Aromatic Minty with that specialized training, we saw it last game as well, just come out doing a ton of damage and finding a KO from the middle of the map there, Fudgy Waffles.
Yeah, we actually see a complete reverse of what happened like last point, where like last time Aromatic Minty was the one who just kind of got comboed by every single ability in the game that 1 HP. The opposite happens instead. Swift Duelist just kind of getting absolutely blasted of all this damage, and they get both goal barriers off of it. Now they're gonna have to deal with the pressure of having no goal barriers, and tries for a cool dribble play. Oh, but at the end, even up random KO, Orbnet able to find an angle there, get that in.
Yeah, nice attempt on the dribble there from Aromatic Minty. Not able to find the core with that dash, but just putting a ton of damage on regardless, and then using that specialized ulti while Orbnet just finds that top pocket, just clearing the way. As you see this Dubu wall come out, does find one barrier. Can they find another? Zonseki just not able to land flip, but doing a ton of damage. Orbnet with no stagger, no elusive, is going to find an orb though back in its own half. So we're going to see Swift Duelist here come out, getting really, really low. Does have evade, but really, really low. So on the side of Chikara Red, just looking low in terms of stagger.
And that's the last evade out there too. Oh, grabs, getting the orb, going on an orb mission, and it is successful, but god, that specialized damage is just so much.
Yeah, and then you have Aromatic Minty just using everything, even core flip to keep Swift Duelist staggered, and it's going to be a battle for the orb here, but no, they switch to the goal barrier, so they're going to see that. Jar the Jar with the roll comes down for that save. Oh, and we got another dash punch flip. Did Aromatic Minty get flip up again?
Oh, there's just so much damage coming out. This Flip's energy gain is just kind of insane, I guess. I have no idea how that happened. I am not. Oh, there's a Hot Shot ulti coming out.
Yep, and the core just bouncing right down Orbnet off the bumper to Aromatic Minty, jamming out Juliet style. Jar the Jar caught in 4K there, just slotted down right in that bottom corner. I mean, Juliet specialized training ultimate must give a lot of energy, so look to see that as it comes out. I know it gives a lot in general, but these Juliets have been pumping out their elusives, Fudgy Waffles.
Yeah, for sure. I also, oh, there we go. And that's just, even if you have evade, it doesn't matter. You cannot evade while staggered out of that Julie ult. So able to use that mechanic to its full effectiveness and getting the KO there. But I want to put a little bit more attention onto Icy right now, who has momentum boots and max stacks right now. So that is going to probably become a win condition really quickly for Chikara Red here. They're probably going to need to somehow deal with this Dubu at some point. Otherwise, he's going to be putting a lot of pressure on both forward and goal.
Yeah, you see Icy here just strolling about the midfield, able to really find this core whenever it comes back into their half, and side Chikara Red just not able to clear. Aromatic Minty coming in with a huge specialized ult, clears the path. They do find that second barrier, but now looking low, does have a couple of elusives to use, but really hunting for the score in that offensive half. Icy just able to find Orbnet, able to find Aromatic T with this speed, and yeah, at full stacks, has full momentum boots,
Ooh.
but they get a KO. Orbnet with a nice glitch pop off of that bumper, able to find that goal for this second set. So looking to go 3-0, 3-0 here. Let's not speak too soon though, as Chikara Red might get some trainings that scale their
Ooh.
strikers here in this draft.
Yeah, we see the new catalyst up, but you got it. Like timeless is just so good on Aimee that makes sense to take that. 1-2 punches gonna be something to look at too. Who gets that as well is like whichever Julie gets that is gonna become a problem real quick. Egoist also something that got buffs. Yeah, I'm not surprised at all to see 1-2 punch taken by
Whoa, and we
Dubu.
don't see a catalyst come out from either Juliet, so that falls to Zon Seki. On Zentaro, we see a rapid fire coming out from Juliet after 1-2 punches denied from Dubu. We do see an Egoist, though, come out on the side of Swift. I'm sorry, Aromatic Mint Tea does pick up the Egoist. These colors are confusing me. So energy really going to be pivotal here. Zon Seki already at half a flip, already just almost has flip here as the barriers just double for Chikara Red, so really putting on the pressure here, Fudgy Waffles.
Yeah, Zone Seki almost has flip already. They have changed Catalyst. It is much different now. You do get, it went from 50% increased. Oh, slips right past the log. Unfortunate time in there from the animation, kind of locking you in, makes you unable to strike. Good
Yeah,
start.
like you were saying, they have changed Catalyst, and you see it here. Zon Seki already with core flip. No members in this game really have it again, but Ops use it there. Just can't find the angle on that flip, but rest assured he will be building up that meter.
Look
Once
how
again,
much
I'll be
meter.
I'll be very interested.
He's getting
punched.
beat up, and
He's getting core meter. I mean, he's almost back to full meter.
But just got almost died and got meter for it.
Yeah, we see this this pressure here coming out from Luna Goalie. Both Swift Duelist and Zon Seki looking really low. Zon Seki with a flip again, second flip in the same round, just trying to find this barrier, but Icy just holding it down. Swift Duelist with the flip, just trying to find anything. Finally, they do get a barrier. Icy gonna flip up to Orbnet, down to Aromatic Mint Tea. Jar with the roll though, but he's gonna find that dribble dash. Loaded up that punch as well. Just great stuff there from Aromatic Mint Tea. Really finding these Juliet combos. And Jeff the Jar just powerless to stop him.
Yeah, when you let it, it's hard to defend against Juliet knows like what the mission is, to how just all the ways to get it through the goalie. It's really annoying. It gets really annoying really quickly. There's just so many options. Like despite Julie, just kind of like you kind of think of Julie, you think oh Julie is going to dash punch. Oh no, the bounce off of the Dubu wall. Just unfortunate timing there. Oh, I like that idea, but not quite able to get it through. Zone Seki very low though.
Yeah, and you see just as Icy has stacked up these stacks, you saw, aside from Chikara Red, just putting on the pressure there early in the round as this Omni turret comes in, and Zon Seki not able to compete. Jar the Jar looking really staggered here. Orbnet, oh, and it's gonna be a Juliet specialized training ultimate come out, and no one left to defend the goal there as Aromatic Mint Tea puts it in. But yeah, I mean, you saw the pressure come out early in that first point from Chikara Red with that catalyst with Zentaro. You know, just come out, you know, and get that early damage, early barrier. But now Icy really stacked up, having this core really under control and just allowing his forwards to get up there and find the pressure. As I say, Aromatic Mint Tea finding that dash punch KO, and this Ami turret is eating Jeff the Jar and Swift Duelist. Stagger Bar's alive, and they're both 1 HP here. Fudgy Waffles just looking to live. Can't quite do it as slotted in by Orbnet. Just out damaged by the side of Luna Goalie.
And a 2-0 that still different start. Really, like really just puts like Minty online from the get-go, which kind of like was a huge thing. Orbnet ended level 9 though, showing probably this was kind of dominating the core control meta. Oh my goodness, look at these stats. Julie with 31 redirects. Yeah, with Orbnet and Icy just holding down that midfield the whole game, letting Aromatic Mint Tea play some League of Legends, playing some other MOBA game.
Yeah, you have you have obviously 26k damage come out from Orbnet. You would think Zentaro with a built different start would be able to apply more, But I'm going to point to the fact that Zentaro did have Vambrace and Orbnet did have that Siphoning Wand, able to also find that Timeless Amy turret, which just was doing massive damage, especially in those later rounds. Obviously, Aromatic Minty as well, with that build different, with that Vambrace, able to stay alive a little longer, with that specialized training ultimate, just finding that damage, knowing the mission, as we say, 31 redirects, but 9 KOs and 5 goals, just allowing his teammates to play the role and he will play his, just finding everything offensively.
Minty has 9 shots and 5 goals. That is over 50% shot succession rate, if you think about it.
Yeah, I
Which
mean
is
that is insane. That is maximum efficiency. Ermac Minty has been watching the Bells VODs. I mean, Zonseki Swift Duelist, 20k, 18k damage of their own, just not quite able to keep up in terms of damage. The redirects as well. I mean, Icy finding those speed trains really worked out for them. Able to control that midfield, and Imi also with a ton of options, just can be everywhere at once. With her abilities, as you see there on the replay, just glitch pop right down to Aromatic Minty for the goal. I mean, just beautiful stuff here. Really coordinated from the side of Lunagoli.
yeah. Just like same stuff from game 1, really. Just kind of shined it even more in this set. We're just generally better at working a little bit better at working together. The sub came in, which ended up maybe bringing in more damage. I'm not too aware with Swift Duelist picks and all that. But I like the idea, at least. I like that they switch things up. It's cool. Like, sub, let someone else in. Is also, like, more chances to play and a cool tournament. I'm okay with that. I think that's, I'm not, like, I don't think they were, like, nervous or anything. I bet they just thought Swift Duelist is a good player and deserves to play as well. And switching up, like, okay, let's not go for a core control comp on this map that's like pretty damage focused, even though we like it. Let's try to contest in damage, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It didn't work out, but I believe every team has at least one more game left to play in this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, Swift Duelist, the sub in, was looking like a little bit of a monster on the Juliet. Did find those 4 KOs, but not enough for Aromatic Minty. Really just looked like the dominant striker in this series, and I would say to future opponents, consider a Julie ban, because that striker is looking really strong on Aromatic Minty. So keep you updated here.
We're in queue. I'm not sure what our next match is, but I'm sure we will learn soon.
All right, we're gonna get KO them versus Fluffy Panda, I believe, if my information is correct.
Let's take a look. See.
Let's take a peek ski at our bracket. Yep, KO them versus Fluffy Pandas.
Oh,
so we have on the side of KO them. Oh yeah, baby. We've got Carly OS, Game, and Arcane Chicken, as well with substitutes Kuyachi, Numbat, and Suseki. Lots and lots of active players here. Arcane Chicken, if you haven't seen their clips from beta, go check them out. The best certified trick shotter in Omega Strikers history with that Luna strike shot. If you haven't seen those clips, go check them out. Super awesome player. I'm really excited for this match. We're going to see who's on the side of Fluffy Pandas. Rave Ghost, Nazos 03, Nerd Off with substitutes Yiki, Ideality, and Shine.
Yeah, I recognize some of those names, but I especially recognize we're actually not going to see Arcane Chicken in this match, unfortunately. But we're still going to see Numbat, who I also like. Really, Carly OS, Game, and Numbat, all players that grind the game, so not losing anything. We are still seeing some active players that I haven't seen in solo queue.
Oh yeah, I mean, Game is a great player. I've seen them in my lobbies, so obviously they've improved a ton since this OSAS tournament started. Obviously Diamond and below the prerequisite for entering, but a lot of these players have climbed to Diamond, or excuse me, to Challenger and even Omega, potentially. So really just putting in the hours and looking to improve here. Not sure about the ranks on the side of Fluffy Pandas, so I'm going to give those a quick look. But as we load in, we are starting our game, so we're going to go straight to draft here. Interesting to see what's going to come out. I'm just an open mind here. Fudgy Waffles just looking to see what's going to come out from these teams.
Yeah, I know Game plays a lot of Juno, a lot of Aimee. Wouldn't be surprised to see one of those banned again, even especially like at a slightly like not tippy top level. I see a lot more Juno getting banned like we did in that last game. Even though the Aimee pick is really strong, but if that's not targeted, there's plenty of other things that can be targeted as well. I believe there's a Kai goalie, maybe one trick here, and it would be interesting to see this. I'm kind of excited for the possibility of seeing Juno because the buffs are in. The buffs are in.
The buffs are in indeed, and we're going to see an Aimee ban come out from the side of KO them. So that name indicates to me their strategy going in. We have Numbat looking to play Zentaro here. Game obviously on that signature striker Juno. Juno, while considered a core control character, was infamous, especially in the beta of the game, for doing a lot of damage. So able to stack up those trainings and just do an insane amount. Carly OS looking to play the Kai here. We do see a Kai and Zentaro mirror come out from the other side. What will this midfielder be as we load into the last? It'll be an Era. So interesting to see which side will able to just do more damage, because I would say the core control for these teams is relatively even, although I would give Juno the edge over Era in the midfield.
Yeah, there's gonna be I think the Zentaro matchup. Oh, Super Surge start too. I think the Zentaro matchup's gonna be pretty crazy. It's super interesting. Numbat, I believe, has 0 games of Zentaro in solo queue, so it's probably just been grinding that in customs and in scrims and such, which is probably why they weren't expecting that to come out, and instead banning the Drekar, who he has way more matches on.
Yeah, we do see a reverberation come out from Ideality. Interesting because Super Surge is very strong on Era, and you see it here. Just both barriers come out. Numbat with a little bit of mastery, it seems, on the Zentaro. So yeah, grinding, as you said, just trying to get that goal open, trying to get that goal there, but cannot find it. Game with a Super Surge is Juno coming out. Can't quite find the opportunity. Yeah, Carly OS just able to keep this out, keep the pressure on offense right now. Not a ton of pressure from the side of Fluffy Pandas.
Yeah, oh, and there's a Super Surge Juno jumping in, almost able to get a cheeky goal there from like across the map. Just Juno with a dash training is so annoying to play against because no one is safe. And oh, great dash from Numbat, able to get past Ideality there for the goal.
Yeah, nice pass, and then dash is where he passed. So pass to himself there. Nice angle too with that Zentaro passive. Excuse me. Here we have 1-0 on the side of KO them. So interesting to see whether they will continue with the strategy of just pure core control or switch to kind of mixed damage strategy. I mean, you see Yigi already taking a bit of damage. Nazos forced to use that core flip. Numbat does have his own, looking to move up here. Raj coming out, does use core flip. Nazos, nice clear up there. As Game and Numbat just mounting pressure though.
Yeah, I'm impressed so far. To be honest, going into this, it's been going, like, not to jinx it, but as I almost just did, but I was kind of expecting going into this for KO them just kind of be taking over the game really quickly. But Nazos has been impressing me with a lot of these clears. Like pressure, like look at these passes, like the perfect, like that's a great play there to get that last barrier, and now it's an even point right now.
Yeah, nice pass
deal with all
there
this pressure.
We see Yigi just move up, passes to their secondary, but can't find it. Ideality looking to shrink Numbat. Yigi is large. Can't find a goal here. The Giga Blast from Carly OS. Nice offensive Giga coming out as Ideality just trying to move this core forward. Nazos as well, the barrage of his own, but Game dashes in and KO'd with the Juno Slime.
We got Zentaro goalie filling the gap. The dash from the nerfed passive is able to save it once, but not twice, as Game is able to block off that clear angle with the primary. And that is 2-0 for KO them.
Yeah, Game there with just a great play, acknowledging that Nazos was in the back of their net. Jumps in with that Super Surge, lands that primary, but you see Game almost losing their life there to that, to that Era NATO. Great stuff by Ideality there, just trying to shrink Carly OS, which I do believe is a really good strategy. It's what I like to do on Era. Oh my goodness, as you see them lose both barriers here for the side of Fluffy Pandas, just trying to contend with this Juno Slimes, but Yigi able to find a KO on game with that core flip.
Yeah, and actually the Yigi, I feel like I am visibly noticing the difference in how long it takes to get that passive dash. But oh, good try out there, Ideality, to get the double tap in. But Carly OS waits just long enough to clear that out. And we're going to see this kind of repeated play of which goalie is going to make a mistake first. The flip comes out, but isn't able to reach the core. Nazo's holding strong and will have a flip of their own soon. Same with Carly OS. Unless they're able to just both have the longest dashes known to man and get on top of Nazo's just from midfield. And it's just so hard to like deal with that pressure so quickly. Like, although Era has that speed that just helps your positioning so much, just the like immediate having to deal with two people in your face is just so much, and there's a lot on the table here.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you had just that insane Super Surge combo, really taking advantage of these awakenings. Juno, not her best, but really opportunistic, and they're going to go for the twin drive. So really see this attacking Juno with this twin drive Super Surge here from game. You see a specialized coming out from Nazos, matched with the missile prop from Carly OS, so looking to get these Gigas down. Interesting quick strikes coming out from Yigi, or Yigi, not sure how to pronounce that one, but we have Chrono Boost on Era, so that is an S tier training. So we'll see if they can influence this size and speed here on the size of Fluffy Pandas. As well, we have Numbat with that tempo swing, so really able to stay alive through these damage trades and deal a ton more damage as the side of Fluffy Pandas have lost both of their barriers early in this round, Fudgy Waffles.
Yeah, it is interesting. Its Chrono Boost is I think it's gonna come up pretty huge here. But Missile Prop on Carly is actually nothing to sneeze at either, with Strike Shot being so hospitalized game. That jump, that's the twin drive jump. It's just so hard to deal with it. Nothing is open. It feels like nothing is open. There's nowhere you can cross clear. It's just like everything can be covered by either a Juno dash or a Zentaro dash, and this is the most annoying thing to play against as a goalie. It's just midfield, like really high midfield pressure from these two characters. But as I was saying before, Carly OS, this is like Strike Shot losing a lot of its popularity, and the high ranges have just been so much smaller. So Missile Prop kind of comes up a bit huger here. Ooh, the flip almost misses it. Probably would have guaranteed the goal, but Carly OS able to hold strong instead. Just like Era standing up tall here to try to block the middle angle. Carly OS aware though is not gonna shoot it down that middle until later. Core flip used by Numbat.
Nice angle there off the core flip, just avoiding that barrage, aiming for the top part of that barrier, but Ideality with that Era speed boost, just able to find that core and strike it in. I mean, you're seeing this Chrono Boost value come in immediately, also able to get a double strength that round on game and Carly OS, so really just look to see Ideality try and take over here with that Era. You see a core flip just come up and take that top barrier. Nice angle there from Ideality.
Yeah, Ideality didn't have that same. It's probably going to be able to contest like all of this, all these huge leaps that everyone has with Super Surge now with Chrono Boost. If like before, maybe with Super Surge, like you could argue that it would have been able to contest a little bit more, but with Chrono Boost especially, which is just better Super Surge on this character in every way, we could see Ideality coming in, being a big piece of this match.
Yeah, 100%. You have both of that dash effectiveness and as well as that beam effectiveness just coming out. I mean, insane stuff here. We see Numbat trying to get it in, but Yigi here with core flip, gonna strike it in. Carly OS just juked out a little bit, maybe going for that top, but Yigi fires at bottom and not able to react in time. Yigi, nice shot there.
Yeah, trying to just goes for like one rotation too long on the fake outs on like which way are you gonna predict, but yeah, not quite able to save that. But next round, 1-2. This is looking a bit. This is the best that, honestly, one of the best rounds we've seen from this team so far from Pandas here. So we can see more of this. Also getting a KO off the bat. This is huge for this team. Who like we thought at first would maybe be dealing less damage, able to get a KO on game. It's pretty huge.
Yeah, I mean, you did see Numbat come out with that tempo swing as he core flips into that Zentaro passive strike into that top net. Great shot, great play there from Numbat. But yeah, you do see generally them losing these damage trades or almost just dying to this specialized Kai Giga Blast, which I can speak to firsthand does catch you off guard, so you really have to pay attention. As Fluffy Panda's finding 2 barriers immediately, almost the goal. Yiki just barely missing that core flip, but the core is moving rapidly as KO them does find 2 barriers of their own.
Yeah, and that's we're in a tight situation here. Both teams 2-2. This is set point here. And that angle is so hard to predict. I was not sure. Like, that Zentaro ult was right on top of the core. I think Nezos realized this at the last second, tried to move up, but instead gets stunned and then double tapped by the Zentaro passive dash to get a goal there. And perfect form, extra special, stagger, swagger, maybe like a lot of stuff. A hot shot, especially too. I think I'm expecting to see perfect form come here from Zentaro with the buffs in and the nerfs onto Zentaro. I feel like perfect form is probably like extra good on him right now. If anything, and hot shot making its way to Juno. This could be the end, the beginning of the end.
Yeah, this could be devastating here for the side of Fluffy Pandas. You have perfect form on Zentaro, which kind of nullifies the nerfs, especially to his ultimate, and also got a huge buff this patch. You get hot shot on Juno, which also got buffed, and then you do have on the side of Fluffy Pandas, you do have that extra special Zentaro. So maybe nullifying that a little bit, just getting more ultimates in, but you can already see here just way more pressure on the side from KO then. But Iggy does find that KO onto game, so maybe looking to do a bit more KOing here with Zentaro and Era, just trying to find these goal barriers, but Carly is just keeping them out. They do find one though. Now the power play is over, game is back, does Super Surge in, and finds the goal. Nezos just barely not hitting that Giga Blast, and game just able to take control.
It's interesting how this Panda team is playing. They kind of have Zentaro playing a bit more midfieldy and defensively, while Ideality on Era just kind of moves up and it's using that speed to get around and score a bit more. But they are switching, which is like pretty often. Like right now, like they've switched positions. But it's interesting use of their comp, which is like a little not as traditional, but also on this map, everyone kind of has to be able to do everything. And game just like. This Twin Drive has not lost its effectiveness at all through these drafts, as just constantly applying pressure to the goal.
Yeah, you see game there, just back-to-back attempts on the goal. Another one. It just seems like this dash is always up when they need it. Poor flip coming out from Carly. Ayali not able to match it. There's that specialized Giga from Nezos. Perfect onto Numbat there. Now Game and Carly left to defend. Great strikes from Carly. Barrage coming out, but can't find that defense on that barrier. So Game looking low here on Stagger. Avoids that Air Tornado, just putting on the pressure here. Juno ult coming in. Super Surge into the back line. Hold, Fluffy Pandas. Hold, and they cannot hold on long enough. Numbat with that strike to that top corner. Great defense there from Fluffy Pandas, but not able to find it long enough to hold on.
They recognized the danger there, and they all stacked up. They were all striking at the same time, which it's really hard to coordinate in these moments. But if you all strike at the same time, it's the same as having one person there, and that's like the biggest issue that I feel like they had in that situation. But I do actually like stacking on goals sometimes, and I think that was an appropriate situation for it. I think it's good that they recognized that much.
Yeah, 100%. And you were speaking earlier about this style from Fluffy Pandas. They have kind of Era playing for these beams on Carly OS and finding these barriers, which I do kind of like. I think it's kind of correct here. You see, just hitting these beams on Carly, that does get rid of momentum boots and shrinks and slows. And it's a KO! Monumentalist Era! I mean, excuse me, not Monumentalist. It's just a regular NATO, but it finds the KO. Ideality did everything there. Found the barriers, found the KO, and the goal. Just insane gameplay out of Ideality there. Carly OS just not ready.
I do want to point out, like, this peak performance pick from earlier is scaling with the reverberation from earlier. So there's stuff to be said about that. And if they're able to win this set and get maybe possibly more HP scaling, but it could end right here. The core flip comes out from Game. Isn't quite able to find it. It's blocked by various abilities, but we're holding strong here. 3 defenders versus 2, able to win on the cooldown war. Carly OS might be looking to make a play, taking a few steps up here. Numbat and Nezos tries to pass it to Biggie, but Numbat is able to just shove it in, and that is map 1 going to KO them.
Yeah, not able to clear there. You had Game on the top, you had Numbat on the bottom. Just tries to pass to Zentaro there, and really the only angle you can go there is through the middle. Just tough stuff there Nice pressure on the side of KO them. Let's take a look at the numbers here. Oh my goodness. You see Numbat with 23k damage, 90 redirects coming out, 5 goals. So just really putting on that pressure. Game as well with that 113 redirects, and 11k damage of their own. But you did see Yiki and Ideality come out with 2 KOs apiece. Ideality just really not finding those taps, not finding those redirects that I think they might need more of to win that match. Really just needing a little bit more core control, it seemed like. KO them really dominating on that front.
Yeah, couldn't say it really better myself. Just on Odi Village, it is like very often the core control, or even if you get more KOs, just the fact that like even when they were a player down, they were just a little bit better at keeping control of the core, and then when they had all 3 up, they were definitely better. It just like even just looking at the stats, like way like if you add it all up, like over like 30 more redirects going to the side of KO them, and shots on goal like don't really mean too much in this one, but we're already heading into our second map, so I'm looking forward to. I'm again hoping to see a change of scenery. Really down for anything here, though. It'd be interesting to see how these teams fare in a different environment.
Yeah, you saw the Zentaro come out from both sides. It seems to be working. Just a little bit of a question mark as to the playstyle from, Ideality and Yigi. Kind of playing more offensively, playing that Zentaro midfield. It seemed to work to some extent, but really just not able to find. And we're seeing a mirror match on both of our matches today on the map selection. So we're going to see Oni Village come out for the second game in a row. Again, let's see if these teams can make a significant change to their comps. We're going to see a Juno ban now come out from the side of Fluffy Pandas. Smart decision. What do you think, Veggie Waffles?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the start is and if that influenced it, or if they're just straight up don't want to have to deal with the amount of pressure that and midfield control that Juno is able to take that game. But interesting that since we're not banning the Drakkar, perhaps we can pick it up instead.
Yeah, I mean, interesting Imbi ban here. That leads me to believe that there might be a creation training on the table here. We see Ideality switching it up completely. Going to be playing Juliet now, and Yigi going to opt for the midfield role on Drakkar. So that might aid them here on this map. Drakkar from the other side as well. I'm assuming that's Numbat, and then we'll have Game on the Estelle. Estelle super strong on this map, and we do have our trainings in. It's going to be Bulk Up and Orb Dancer. Interesting here, we have Nazos opting for that Bulk Up, while Carly OS does have that Orb Dancer. Typically, the goalie... Oh, Numbat went invisible. I thought he disconnected. We have Carly OS with Orb Dancer, and that is typical on the goalie position because they will get Replicator, and it's kind of easier for goalies to get the orbs. So interesting to see whether Yigi, but using that Orb Dancer to immediately get those 2 barriers, and the pressure here slows Carly OS with that stun on that Molten Bolt and finding that goal. So maybe just able to use that speed opportunistically here. And if they can avoid getting KO'd, can find scenarios like that where they're just able to use their speed to their advantage.
Yeah, I think there's a big question in this game, and it's going to be, and I want to be looking at game a lot this game because this game is a Imi plus Juno 2-trick, at least on this account, or maybe, I mean, I don't know what's going on in scrims, obviously, or anything like that, but in solo queue, at least, this Estelle is, like, rarely picked. So I thought it was very interesting when they were banning the Imi, because that's one of the game's, like, best characters, and because the Juno was banned, there's kind of games probably playing on something that they're not as comfortable as other characters, perhaps. So whether that, like, less comfort is going to be a big deal or not remains to be seen.
Yeah, 100%. You see here, kind of similar from last time, just Carly OS really staying at that midfield, putting on the pressure, and I believe Numbat able to put that one away. It's hard to avoid these shotguns coming out, especially on these barriers. So interesting to see, really, after this first draft coming up, who will get something like aerials or missile prop on Drakkar, or maybe a side string as well to expand that shotgun horizontally. This first draft is going to be really interesting. As we see here, Ideality pushing up, trying to get that second barrier. Yigi does have Flip, going to opt for the Juliet ult. Carly OS can't defend. Flip from Yigi comes out, but Numbat just missing that top corner of that barrier. So open barriers here for the side of KO them. Ideality taking charge. Dribble into punch. Carly OS just not able to defend. Nice shot there.
Yeah, sees, like, understands what cooldowns Ideality understands the cooldowns they have, uses the right ones effectively. This is a nice shot to the bottom. And for the, I think, second time, for the first time in this set, oh my, what the longest core flip kill from so far away.
Crazy KO there from Ideality. Just core flipping, I believe, for the barrier. If that was an intended KO, I would be greatly surprised, but just catches CarlyOS completely off guard, and they do take a barrier, but aren't able to take the second one. Game used to clear it away with core flip. Numbat able to find it with that strike shotgun. Does have the core here in the open field. Game looking to TP up. Yigi looking really low, but Nazos does have his core flip zone. Clears it up. Yigi just trying to get it past Game here. He's trying to get it to Numbat. It's an insane midfield battle here, as we do see a Drakkar ult coming down. Game trying to get it up to Numbat. Yigi and Nazos working together here to clear it out.
Yeah, this Numbat pick is also really huge. Numbat is like a known Drakkar player. There's a reason it was banned in map 1, as we already see, like kind of controlling the midfield really heavily, able to put so much pressure in front that gives it a chance for Estelle or Game to just throw out that ult and shoot it in.
Yeah, those Crystal Thorns coming out. I mean, just insane ult there. Nazos has to clear down away from the Drakkar with shotgun. Nice prediction there by Game. Estelle kind of intuitive, so interesting to see him playing it here, as Nazos just unable to clear here against Numbat, who's finding these strike wars, finding these shotguns, and now Game looking to move into position.
Yeah, ideally really doing a good job of blocking the passing lane, the passing lane there, and through that, if they can mount an attack and maybe get these last 2 goal barriers to get off this back foot, maybe take this first set and start, I believe, which would be, I think that would be their first set win of this match so far.
Yeah, 100%. You do see Yigi does have core flip, CarlyOS as well. Numbat now gets his, looking to strike it in, finds that top barrier. Yigi can't stall it out. Ideality neither, and Nazos just unable to find the save. Great shot from Numbat. Top bins, just insane stuff off the core flip, and now gonna have pick of the litter here coming in the first draft. And oh my fudgy waffles, we have Biss here for Drakkar. Whether he will go heavy impact missile prop will be very interesting.
I think it's gonna be
or big fish.
I was
not Juliet.
Stacks,
but he does opt for missile prop. So with that long range on those shotguns is really going to be hard to defend here, especially with an Estelle also in the game for Nazos.
Yeah, there are 3 Estelle ults in this game now. There's 2 shotguns from Drakkar and Estelle's Crystal Thorns, and they are basically the same ability in my eyes. So Numbat's going to be putting a lot of pressure with that. It's going to be really hard to find ways to get around this Estelle, this double midfield comp this game.
Yeah, I think just the range on the side of KO them, but they get KO'd. Ideality finding that dash punch, getting a barrier immediately after that as well. CarlyOS does have that stacks with that dancer, so if they can get moving, they can really provide a lot of assistance here in the midfield. But Yigi strikes it past both Game and CarlyOS, unprepared for that demon angle there, and nice strike there from Yigi.
Yeah, good stuff there. Being ready. They after that KO, immediately get both gold barriers. Didn't even, especially, that's what's so powerful about especially getting kills with just dash punch, is that you still have usually the other character on your team has just all cooldowns up, and they immediately, once again, really strong start, getting both gold barriers, even without a KO. Might be able to finish here.
Yeah, Yigi there just with a clinical kickoff. Strike, shotgun, strike to find that first barrier. Then is able to find another shotgun strike to find the second one. So just, I mean, insane stuff from Yigi. Really putting on a show here on Drakkar. But can they find this goal, Fudgy Waffles? CarlyOS does have that speed, has those stacks stacked up, it looks like, but does have to use core flip here to keep that one away.
Does have to. A lot of core flips about to come up for everyone in the game. Yigi running up with it. It's going to be scary. Unable yet. Tries to keep it out of range, but Yigi is able to run in with that speed from maybe the secondary, but especially the speed from the speed lanes on the side of the map, able to get, it was that close to get in front of that and get a great shot to the top corner.
Yeah, you see 2-0 here coming out from the side of Fluffy Panda, so really just trying to strike back here. Obviously that first set came down to 0.5, so Yigi just really controlling the core here. Does have that orb dancer, so really finding that speed, and Nazos just trying to clear it away here from Numbat, who's really looking to feast on these barriers with that missile prop.
Yeah, both these goalies having a lot of trouble dealing with these shotguns. It is a really hard ability to get around, but the flip coming out a little bit late. providing a scoring opportunity here for KO them. See what they can do with it. Numbat, yep. Nice to shotgun. Shove it in past Nazos.
Yeah, just grabs the core immediately. Strike shotgun. Not much Nazos can do, especially without barrage there. Just clinical stuff there from Numbat. Really waiting for that core patiently. Game getting it to him and perfect execution.
Yeah, and the flip coming out, but Nazos is not going to bite. Able to get a good clear angle there to prevent the flip from hitting or really giving Estelle any options there. That's the thing about Oni Village is that goalies have so many clear angles that they're allowed to go most of the time. Estelle and Drakkar, though, are like the characters that are good at covering all possible angles, which is what most of their success has been from so far. But Julie now has flip, so maybe we can see something crazy happen here.
Yeah, does find one, can find the other though. Great stuff there on that flip from Ideality. Yigi just trying to put on the damage on game. Does have no elusive. Off to use their shotgun, not for core control, but Yigi looking rather low themselves. Numbat with that core flip does get slowed here. Maybe looking to combo. Ideality denies the orb. Looking for a KO here, but Yigi also low. Numbat able to find that core flip value to that barrier. CarlyOS just holding it down with Barrage. Numbat in front of the goal again. Nazos clears out, but does find that shotgun to eliminate Yigi. Another 10 seconds till he'll be back. Nazos finds the clear. Game again with that Estelle primary. Able to find that bottom net.
And Yigi was actually at 9 orb stacks before dying there. So now that has been reset to 0, which is that could have been like really, really good for their team. If Yigi was able to max out those stacks and then next draft get orb replicator over Carly, then game could become could be flipped on its head really easily. But it's a really huge KO there.
Yeah, 100%. You saw Yigi really using that orb dancer, but just that switch for Numbat maybe could have got a barrier there, but senses that Yigi is above him, invisible, finds the KO, and now they have both barriers on the side of KO them. Game looks for the primary cross, can't find it, but just pressure mounting here. Nazos clears it down. Ideality just trying to get it out. CarlyOS really stepping up, trying to make an impact here on this offensive attack. Nazos has to barrage up to clear that. Here we go. CarlyOS dimes to game. Game with the primary. Nazos not in strike range. Could have used flip, but I think they were relying on their strike there. Just didn't see the core exactly as it was struck there. Can't find that save. And now we have CarlyOS with first pick in the next round.
Ooh, a lot of good options here. I do think that flip had just come up for Nazos, so probably just didn't expect it to be up in time, which is real. Blocking the aerials, which does not allow Yigi to kind of be able to equalize with Numbat in that standard of the game, but quick strikes is just really good training here. Somehow extra special, usually an insanely good training, although has been slightly nerfed, making it pretty far down the draft. Kind of a comps.
Interesting that you see built different from Yigi because Juliet was another striker down, so potentially denying that from a striker, but then we have Ideality coming with the Catalyst. So interesting to see whether they're going to make use of that buffed training here. We do have, again, like you said, the aerials going to give CarlyOS just more speed, more pressure on the side of KO them. Also does have that 10 stack dancer and then that stacks on stacks. Nazos with that glass cannon, so it's just really who can put on more pressure, take off those momentum boots and that glass cannon on the side of Fluffy Pandas, and just seeing who can get more pressure here. I would definitely give it to the side of KO them, but they do lose both their barriers, so even field here coming out. Game just looking for that primary. Yigi stops him there, but low on stagger here. Ideality just looking for anything here. Has score flip up. I'm assuming dash punch, just looking for a kill, KO, goal, anything they can find here. But Yigi's so low. CarlyOS with that long-ranged aerials Giga Blast, trying to find it. Can't quite though. Yigi just staying alive here, having to play super defensive, and it just comes to a crumble here. Nazos unable to defend against game.
Yeah, just Drakkar and Estelle just have way too much effective range right now. There's nothing that they're trying to break through. Not even the midfield, but just straight up their third of the map. But it's just not possible without just getting just the perfect cooldown off, as Numbat and Game are just holding it down there. Ideality, but able to get a lot of insane early pressure. That was a 10-second round, 11-second round there. I blinked and I missed it. I am not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, if you see an orb come out from Yigi, you didn't see one there. But if you do, he can do stuff like that where he's able to just use this speed, especially in the speed zone, finding this midfield pressure immediately, and that's what's got to happen. because this Estelle and Drakkar, as well as this Kai, are just going to do a ton of damage to you. But you see that early pressure come out here. It really comes down to who's winning kickoff and who's getting that early pressure. Now Game and Numbat, the same corner! Game finds the KO, and I believe the goal coming out from Game as well with core flip left. So 2-1 here, not looking promising for the side of Fluffy Pandas, looking to potentially start the reverse sweep, but Game, Carly OS do have their core flip. And we have almost fully stacked stacks on stacks here for Carly, but does miss that core flip. It's dangerous here. Yigi with the strike off of core flip does find that first barrier. Ideality looking to get it down here from Nazos. Game keeps it out, but insane ultimate there from Julie. Game blinks into it, and now they're putting the pressure on the second barrier.
Yeah, Ideality moving up here. Has dash punch. Oh, it's barely... Carly OS makes the slightest of angles, able to get it out. Nazos caught out a little bit too far up. Numbat's able to find the last barrier. This could be game point here. Numbat moving up. Numbat moving up invisible, but the slow from Yigi.
Saves! Nazos there with the strike on the Estelle ultimate and with the barrage, but Ideality finds the barrier, but is KO'd! Nazos just can't clear it away in Game with that cross snipe. 3-0 victory in sets for the side of KO them, and just a dominant performance here from everyone, honestly.
Yeah, adds up, they are some very high-ranked players on the team of KO them. It's I don't want to say it was like super expected, but they were definitely the favorites going into this match. I do think that Pandas did have a really good showing, though. I do think there were a lot of really close sets, and they were able to get out of some really tight spots and create some tight spots for their opponents. So,
yeah, 100%. It almost felt like, especially that game, that KO them just had the stronger composition. You saw that Drakkar and Estelle really working together, really just not giving Nazos a ton of options for clears. Did still have 57 saves to Carly OS's 46, but that just shows you how much more pressure Game and Numbat were putting on Carly versus Yigi and Ideality. Yigi really having to pull most of the weight in terms of that midfield. Ideality really just trying to secure some opportunistic KOs, some goals and barriers there, but really just not enough core control from the side of Fluffy Pandas to come close to winning that match.
Yeah, it's you do just kind of need to see like in return for losing that midfield presence, you have to be able to have like your Julie getting either like a lot of KOs or a lot of goal barriers and scores off the dash punch. But Carly EOS and the rest of the gang able to hold strong there and just kind of keep up the core control and stay to their win condition and really get the trainings they need, get the awakenings they need, just generally outplay and win.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we've seen back-to-back mirror maps, Demon Days first and Oni Village second. Both times we saw switch-ups, we saw different game plans come out. This game we saw 2 different bans, and just not really enough to overcome kind of the game plan, honestly, from the teams that went 3-0 in both games. So interesting stuff here. Lots to think about if you're playing against these teams, both Luna goalie, and we have I'm blanking right now. It is KO them. So both of those teams really strong. Obviously, on those signature goalie picks, we had Dubu come out, and we had Kai come out. Those are kind of their central strikers. It seems like obviously Numbat on the Drakkar looking really, really strong there as well. Just a lot to think about for the future if you're playing against either of these teams, and hopefully you won't roll the same map twice in a row.
For sure, for sure. I think that's all that there is from us. 3Z and I will be heading out and be replaced. We are replaceable. It is known to us. It's like everyone else. You are not important. But you have anything else to say, 3Z, before we head to a break?
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to cast, especially with my goat, Fudgy Waffles. Looking forward to watching you compete in Liftoff on Saturday. Going to be casting that as well, so stay tuned for that. BestieInSlot, be there or be square. Go check out my Twitch, twitch.tv/3zbreezy. I do a lot of comp stuff. I do a little coaching sometimes. A lot of tournament runs for myself. Going to be playing in NESL 2 this year. Already qualified on Sudobu Strikers, so looking forward to our season. Go follow this Fudgy Waffles guy on whatever he wants you to follow. He's got a Twitter. I'm assuming he's got a Twitch. Go check him out. He's the Glizzard, and I'll catch you guys next time.
What was Arrow's?
Hello, everyone.
We didn't coordinate who was gonna speak first.
It's okay, we have one of these. Magic 8-Ball and K-Bot did it, so it's okay if we do it. But okay.
True.
So
true.
basically, we're back and we're still waiting on matches, but we've just seen that the legendary team of Luna Goalie has just taken it over Team of All Time. I heard it was a good series, but I think we're going to get a bit of an interview regarding one of the players, and I think certain people might have seen a flash, might have heard a hint of our conversation, might have a bit of a spoiler on who it is. So, Fem Bison, how do you think this conversation will go?
I mean, they are God's strongest plat in my eyes. That's all I can say about this player. I mean, all day today they've been cooking, right? So I think it'll be pretty interesting to hear the thought process. But I think we just got him in right now. What is up, Aromatic Mint Tea?
Arrowmint, so your stat lines are some of the most incredible things I've seen in Omega Strikers. Your last game, you had, what, 8 goals with 11 shots. How do you do it?
I have a really good set of teammates behind me. Orb and Icy, they hold it down. And the way we play, they procure, and I finish it. Honestly, I wouldn't be able to do it without them, but I get to play very greedy because they're just better.
How has your tournament so far been going? Do you think you have a good chance of making it out without needing a tiebreaker, or do you think you'll have to go into that? And if so, what do you think regarding your potential matchups?
I would be very surprised if we have a tiebreaker because we beat both of our sets in 2-0, and we only dropped one in-game set.
Ooh, yeah.
So I would be very surprised if we have to play another, but we're always down to play.
Yeah, currently you are in the lead for getting that tiebreaker, and with God's Strongest Plants and Don't Mind If I Do Boo, I think going to a third game, I think you're guaranteed to just make it out of the gauntlet. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I mean, definitely deserved. You've been playing out of your mind. On stream, we watched you 31 redirects with 9 KOs and 5 goals off 9 shots. The stat lines are a little unreal, guys. 9 shots for 5 goals, 31 redirects. It's you're probably one of the highest scoring efficiency players, or probably the highest in OSAS and one of the highest in the game at this point, at least for now. It's a little unreal.
Yeah, I partly because we played 4 games today because 2-0, and all of them were DD as well. So
Wait,
we are kind of
4
just,
games of Diva Days. Oh my!
We played 4 games of DD, and so we kind of were just, you know how DD is. It's kind of just fiesta.
Yeah.
So I was pretty much playing PvP. I wasn't. That one game with 31 touches, I probably had more hits on enemy strikers than the actual core itself, which is stupid, but that's the world we live in.
You won the game, so who are we to judge your play, right? That's all I'm saying.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, so your teammates, can you tell us a little more about them? Because we saw Orbnet, we saw Icy, we saw the saves, we saw Orbnet following up and really just setting up a lot of plays as well, but how are they?
So Icy, I'll talk about him first, because he is just a very solid, hard to break goalie. The Dubu, the Atlas, those kind of melee goalies, he just sits there and he holds it down, doesn't let stuff through. And then Orb does a lot for our team, honestly, because he has to help Icy out because if like I had 31 touches that game, you can tell how much I'm helping them. So he has to go help Icy, and then he has to bring the ball all the way up to me. So Orb has to do a ton, but he always performs basically, so I can never be mad.
I mean, yeah, midfielders got that responsibility for sure.
Yeah, and I mean they killed it. Like they played great today, and we destroyed.
Yeah, I mean, okay, bit disappointed to find out that Icy doesn't actually play Luna goalie. I'm gonna be real with you. What's up with that? Like, come on, guys.
So, Icy actually, we only brought him in for week 2 because week 1 we were playing with one of Orb's good friends, Rory. And he is a Luna Vice goalie player, but he just isn't able to make many Thursdays. So we played with him week 1, and then week 2 we brought in Icy, but by that time the name was just, it was too funny to like take it out.
I think it's a little funnier that your goalie doesn't actually play Luna as well.
It's better because of it, so.
Yeah, and I'm getting word from Mr. Breakbat that Arrowmint is 19 goals for 66 shots on the day, 1 goal per 3 shots, which
That's
is
a
like...
little unreal. Holy jeez. I think that is genuinely better scoring efficiency than Bell's. I'm serious right now. Like that I mean,
Chatting.
hey, no, on pure numbers, where's the line? Like, yeah, of course, Bell's is playing against much better goalies. I mean, like when you try to score on Yal or Gumi, it's a little harder. But yeah, it's for sure. That on the numbers alone, 1 in 3 shots being a goal is quite unreal. I don't think there's many players who could have a claim like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's today we just, I mean, we're always like a pretty like well-oiled machine, but I think today we just came in super hot, and it showed. And I mean, Bells is the GOAT, so I think every Julie, me included, everybody like tries to emulate his play. So I guess I stole a little bit of his greatness.
Stole a little bit. Of
Maybe just a sliver, like I don't know what to say, but yeah, my teammates popped off, and they put me in that position where I was allowed to carry.
Yeah, and also I noticed that your Juliet has been left up, like just left up. What are teams banning that it's just out there?
So game 1, like the entire first match we had versus Chikara Red, they were exclusively banning Orb. They were targeting him, usually with the Juno, because his Juno has the most presence on our team, and his Juno is really strong. So they were just respecting it a lot. And then like all of match 2 versus that team, they were exclusively banning Icy's Dubu because he's not a 1-trick anymore, but he was for a long time basically a Dubu 1-trick. So they were just taking that away and forcing him on the Atlas.
Sounds like the team you just played against was not watching the stream for when you were on stream, because I think any team that watched you play would have banned out your Julie immediately.
Also, both games we were versus Julie mains, so they would be like self-banning. Like I know in game like versus Chikara Red, they had Swift Gulas, which is like supposed to be a challenger player, like Icy said. And he's like a Julie like close to 1-trick, so I doubt they would want to self-ban. And then all of our games versus the team we just played, they also had Julie. Like they locked in Julie every game, so I think they were just scared to take it away from their own players.
I mean, that makes sense, yeah. You know, I think I've actually played against your Julie before in Fire Up, and you're definitely giving me some hard times. I lost that game with Wire Endure Camilla, but that was the first time I've seen you. I was like, so it's good to see you again in Osas, and I'm absolutely killing it, right?
Thank you.
So, do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, we won't hold you for too much longer. Congratulations, you're into day 3. Quite the accomplishment, because this gauntlet stage was pretty brutal. Single elimination after all. But yeah.
I think Osas always has like kind of crazy formats, but I feel like that's kind of like part of the fun.
That's part of the fun, yeah. But
The 4-0
congrats.
undefeateds and the all of them.
Yeah, congratulations. And thank you for showcasing the incredible gameplay on stream. And yeah, that's about it.
Thank you so much. It was lovely talking to you too.
Oh, wait, this is awkward. Wait, what are we?
What do you mean this is awkward? What?
So
We have like 10 more
how are we
minutes to
supposed
fill.
how are we supposed to outro?
Are we supposed to outro for an interview? I think
Cut to
we
Yini
just...
music. Cut to Yini music. It's infallible.
So funny.
Hello everyone, and we're back for the final match of the Omega Strikers Amateur Series Finale Day 2. There's still a Day 3 on Sunday, I believe, but these are the last two teams remaining. There's only one spot remaining in the final day, and it will go to either KO them or Don't Mind If I Do Boo.
Yeah, I mean, KO them and Don't Mind If I Do. I think some of the stronger teams in OSAS, surprised to see them in the tiebreaker. I think especially KO them, at least in my perspective. I've scrimmed a lot with Numbat recently, and actually Numbat is now a sub on my team. But strong rosters, both sides. I know 3Z was in the staff call, had something to say about Don't Mind If I Do Boo. A bit unfortunate that 3Z is not here to cast this one. But yeah, I think we'll have definitely a hell of a tiebreaker match on our hands for this.
Yeah, definitely an interesting match. Lots of Dandy Penguin fans, lots of KO them fans, lots of game fans, definitely. But we need to have a little bit of a moment of silence for the fallen, the teams that made it all the way here through the OSA's finale but came up just short. Soul Survivors, 2.5 Woman, Fluffy Pandas LLC, Reverse Sweep, Chikara Blue, Caspor's Bis, Team of All Time, Chikara Red, They have all gone home, and one of these two teams will join them. Please join us for a 5-second moment of silence. Wait, I just realized. The moment of silence was fake because of the music. It's okay, though. We had our 5 seconds.
Guys, forgive Saya. He is running stream and also casting at the same time. This is good though.
Okay. Well, yeah. I'm looking around at the 4 monitors, and I still can't find what region this is supposed to be on, because apparently Don't Mind If I Do Boo is a singular team that does not have a region listed.
Wait, are
Every
you
other
serious?
team has a region listed except for
man.
Don't Mind If I Do. How have we been getting regions for them all this time?
I mean, usually you just ask in the
oh, okay,
bracket
they're
chat,
east.
no?
It was just not
They're,
listed.
okay, they're east. Okay, it's fine.
Wait,
it's
that's
fine.
honestly really funny though.
Yeah, okay, cool. So we got that out of the way. But I mean, are you familiar with like a lot of the roster for Don't Mind If I Do? Because I'm curious what you think of like the matchups here.
Yeah, so I think the big thing will be that midfield, right? Depends on what you ban against Game, because I think Game is the player to ban out. Like, Numbat's Drakkar is fantastic, but I think Game is the best player on the roster of KO them. Don't Mind If I Do, I think just, I guess, need to play their game, ban Game out so he can't play his game, so that Don't Mind If I Do can win the game.
Right. I'm actually, interestingly enough, I'd say I would rather ban out Numbat. Like, if it was
Really?
Bozo Bunch playing against, because I've scrimmed with Numbat so much. I mean, like, I literally, he's on our team now, right? Dude's nuts. I have seen that man's Drakkar against teams much higher than Osas quality, right? I mean, Numbat's gonna be scrimming with us against PP Legends tonight. Guy's Drek is a bit nutty. I would probably ban him out. Maybe that's just me being like, exposed to it more often though. Game is definitely no slouch, but I think it's also harder to ban Game out, right? Numbat, definitely a few more characters as well, but like, I mean, not just that, but also generally, I mean, nobody on KO them is really a one trick, so it's not like anything is super easy.
Oh, sorry, folks. It appears Discord has done the regular thing of imploding, so you'll just see FemBison not having audio until Discord decides to come back. Just give me a few seconds. There we go. Hello, I'm back, FemBison. Are you here?
I am still here. Are you? Is there a large audio delay for you? Or
Wait, there's an audio delay?
okay, not anymore. There was
okay.
for like half a second. You couldn't hear.
My Discord crashed.
Oh, okay. We're good. All right. I mean, just waiting to load in. Curious. Do you think any team is favored on any map in particular?
I think the general wide open maps I would favor KO them on, because they're super core control-y, like contrary to their name, and the Juno really excels on that map. So on those maps, you definitely don't want to be using your ban on anything but Games Juno, really.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, Numbat actually has been cooking up the Estelle as well. So, I mean, on those open maps, right, like Oni, Opt, and Estelle is definitely no slouch there either. Actually, I completely agree with you. KO them is going to be so dangerous on those. And even on, like, Atlas Lab, if they play to take out the black hole and play that kind of game, they can have a lot of threat with that sort of core control playstyle. But we are going to be loading in if the OS gods will ever let us. Okay. And we're going to be taking a look at what map it is. And it is, in fact, Atlas Lab.
Yeah,
I mean,
Atlas Lab is such a memorable map because I believe KO them beat Winton from Overwatch. No, KO them definitely had like a big game on this map where it ended, where Game died while throwing out Juno primary, and that Slime scored the final goal. Well,
it was indeed the Winton match. It was, in fact, the Winton match. Yeah,
so
I was so sad.
This match is definitely, like, this map is definitely a very memorable one if you're thinking about, like, KO them performances. But with Izzy Boy picking up the Vice, this might be what they need, because KO them is pretty susceptible to getting KO'd. They got KO'd, like, what, 40 times during the Winton match and still won. So we'll see how it goes.
I mean, yeah, Swagula during that match had an obscene number of kills, but they were able to put it in the net, and that's really what mattered in the end, right? We're going to be loading into the match now. Numbat actually on the Zentaro still. I mean, he's been playing it in the last few games. I think Game has actually been playing the midfield. We're going to see if this is going to continue to work. Starting Awakening's Dancer and Chrono Boost. I mean, I think both comps actually not really benefiting much from either, but that means it's anyone's game, right? This first draft is going to matter so much. And as I say it, Numbat, I mean, looking to get that advantage early, gets 2 barriers down. Goal is open for Dandy Penguin, but good primary for Izzy Boy is going to find Carly OS's bottom barrier. Now it's up to Sharks and Izzy to find 2 and make this a little more even. Numbat, however, just keeping good possession on the core, but great primary from Sharks and C, and both barriers are going to go down for Carly OS.
Yeah, in Game trying to get a pass to Numbat, but Sharks is just keeping possession in the midfield, intercepting the passes as well and making it so hard for Carly to save. And as a rune without cooldowns, that shot is perfect from Sharks for the first goal.
I mean, yeah, that was just good shot placement and great holding on from a team that went down 2 barriers early, just not panicking, managed to keep that core control. But now, speaking of core control, what a wonderful pillar from Carly OS. Wastes a little bit of time off the kickoff, but Numbat's going to find the advantage. Great pass from Game to get the first barrier. Looking for barrier number 2, I mean, just off the corner. Can't seem to find anything. Dandy Penguin holding on so well. Some great defense, some great striking, and it's going to get cleared. And Carly is actually going to go down a barrier.
Yeah, and Izzy and Sharks have been using these projectiles so well against Carly. That rune goalie, when you don't have the pillars, you don't really have those immediate anti-stuffing tools, so definitely something that's accessible to the Estelle Snipe to the power chord. And Dandy does have flip, so this defense will go on for a while longer. Dandy playing the defense so well against the flip as well. Burns the flip, but still manages to save the barrier despite missing it. And Numbat and Game are just trying this offense on the top side, but they just cannot get past Dandy Penguin.
And I say that jumps right to the bottom, finds the behind the barrier angle, and Game is going to open up the goals for KO them to have a chance at scoring here. Looking to just get a pass to Numbat, but Sharks NC so good with this Estelle primary, managed to take the second barrier. Now Numbat 1v1 Dandy Penguin. The soup wall is going to put a stop to that very quickly. But Game Slime almost steals Izzy Boy's flip. I mean, so many things just happened. Numbat gets the KO, and now Carly OS, Game, and Numbat looking to score while they have this power play opportunity, and they're going to find it. Great strike force from Numbat onto Dandy Penguin. It's going to be 1-1.
Yeah, and maybe Numbat getting a bit of a read on the habits of Dandy Penguin, right? Posting up in that corner, knowing that there will be a clear to the corner there instead of outside, and Game putting the pressure on the open net. And as you see, the meters on the side of KO them higher, but a barrier taken early, and Game is about to be KO'd. This is what we saw in the Winton from Overwatch matchup, and all they need is like one good projectile to take out this Juno.
Yeah. Instead, that good projectile is going to find that top barrier. Great Crystal Thorn usage from Sharks NC. Going to be looking to get a goal now, but Izzy Boy too far out of the play, and Game is just going to take the top barrier still. I'm sorry, I actually don't remember which team this is. Dandy Penguin, Sharks NC, and Izzy Boy going to be holding on well, not losing that second, still have the advantage to press this offense, but Numbat looking to put a stop to that. Just some jostling here, and they're actually going to find it. Great strike war from Numbat, just placing it barely outside Dandy Penguin's strike range, and it's not going to be enough defense from Dandy. But now both teams with the goal open, looking for just a bit of midfield advantage. It's anyone's game.
Yeah, and don't mind if I do. We have been holding on for so long, but Numbat consistently getting positions in front of the goal, and that Juno special. The slimes at the top of Dandy Penguin are just enough to snipe the core flip, and once again, Game is there. And don't mind if I do, we have such great mid control, but in the long game, it just feels like those chances, even when don't mind if I do, we get a lot of the barriers early, KO them is just a little bit more clutch in the open goal situation.
I think so, but also just something I want to point out here. Dandy Penguin has taken Dancer to start, right? Guy's got 8 stacks. This could be a problem later in the match, just something to note. But right now, it's not seeming to be. Numbat looking for an opportunity, was given one, put in the corner, but can't seem to find it. Dandy Penguin just clearly clearing it right past him. Clears it past him again. Numbat just trying to get this bottom barrier, but Dandy just holding on so well, so casually. No panics from him. They're just holding this slow pace, and it's working out really well for them. I think like the point that don't mind if I do boo won, they just managed to play some calm defense, and it's worked out for them. But now KO them finally, working up to that core control offense and getting that to bottom barrier. And don't mind if I do boo once again with an open goal.
Yeah, and I'd like to highlight what you said. There is a bit of a light at the end of the tunnel, even if, don't mind if I do, we can't take this first set, right? Those orbs, win condition on the side of Dandy Penguin, because the orb dancer is on Numbat, and that brawler is far more killable and far less able to get orbs for free than the Dubu goalie. But right now, Carly is stunned, and a great shot by Izzyboy capitalizing on it as well to the bottom corner. What a hold by Dandy Penguin, and what immediate offense by Sharks and Izzyboy.
Interestingly enough, each time KO them has had 2 barriers up on an open goal. Don't mind if I do boo has clutched up. I mean, they seem to be a bit of a clutch factor kind of team, but right now they're looking for that early advantage and they find it. Bottom barrier is gone for KO them, and Carly's going to lose the top. Great Crystal Thorns from Shark. I mean, you were talking about that projectile placement, and oh my gosh, what a Thunderstruck teleport play from Izzyboy. It'll be 3-2, and if Replicator drops here, it's going to be an issue.
Yeah, Replicator could be here. Ponderer could be here as well. And Ponderer is on the table for Dandy Penguin. And this is not looking too good for KO them. Despite getting 2 picks here, Super Surge will drop down. Hotshot will drop down as well. So, oh, Hotshot denied instead of Ponderer taken. But I guess they're banking on Super Surge being taken here, but there's no double orb stackers here as well. I don't know.
I don't know, yeah.
Hotshot's scary, but I feel like Orb Ponderer is just a win condition.
I mean, yes, Orb Plunder is a win condition. I do think that might have been better, but Hotshot's not awful, right? Also, Dancer, I think with like the Replicator setup, Dancer is definitely the most impactful. Giving your teammates 40% speed every time you pick up with an Orb is really the game winner every time Orb Exodia gets mentioned, right? But now, ignoring Orb Exodia, they're going to get a lucky barrier, just unfortunate angle bounce to get that top barrier, and Game and Numbat returning the favor quite quickly, find 2. Now looking to put the pressure on Slice and Dice, and the dash almost gets it, but great patience and walking back from Dandy Penguin's going to save it. Numbat looking for another opportunity, gets a good, well-placed shot, but Dandy Penguin barely able to reach it in the strike range. Carly almost dead, but actually Numbat's going to KO Sharks instead, and Carly is safe for now.
Yeah, and that Hotshot Dubu is doing work with those logs, but right now Game is jumping in over and over, and if Game gets those stacks on stacks up, it will be a bit scary in terms of that Juno offense. Numbat right now winning the strike wall, but redirecting it away from the goal instead of into the goal, and that's a bit of fresh life for Don't Mind If I Do Boo. They will capitalize on that, the Hotshot log to put the core into position. Carly managing to make the saves barely, and now Game is in position here, but Dandy Penguin has the flip, doesn't have to risk anything, uses the super powered log, KOs Sharks on the rebound. Dandy Penguin's left alone, but still has the flip to try and clutch up.
So far, Game and Numbat playing a little slow, not being able to get some coordination going. Dandy Penguin with the Orb Dancer being able to cut that pass. I mean, those 10 stacks are actually coming into play, but the flip not there. Game just puts a Juno primary there, and it's going to score bottom pocket 1-0.
Yeah, and almost an amazing hold from Dandy Penguin, almost held all the way, but still has flip to use here. But there are 2 flips for Game and Carly. One used easily blocked by Dandy Penguin, who was ready and waiting as Sharks blinks up for the top barrier. And the offense from Don't Mind If I Do Boo has just gotten even better.
I mean, absolutely. And right now, Carly's on her back foot. Can't seem to find the clear. Sharks fields it off the corner, but a lucky bounce is going to clear it. Now Carly's dead though. Can KO them hold on right here. Special out from Numbat off the Dubu wall though, and it's going to go right at Game, but Game's managing to save it. Great save off of those Crystal Thorns from Sharks, and Carly's going to respawn in time. Now Dandy Penguin just has to hold on to this barrier while his forwards look to score. I mean, they have the advantage. Surprisingly, what a roll, but barely misses the clear off the strike placement. The flip force from him, but Game Slime almost scores. Absolutely chaotic sequence right there, but Dandy Penguin reacting well, holding on well. I thought for sure they were about to go down a goal there. Great defense.
Yeah, great defense from Carly as well. Not getting caught out by the snipe from Sharks, but Sharks has flip. Izzy has the stun, and we know how that stun has just completely been a problem for Carly, but Numbat body blocks the roll, and Game is there for the shot. KO them are 2-0 in this set, looking to tie it up.
And they just might, I mean, they're playing incredibly well. As you said, that like body block from Numbat into Game jumping top corner. That was just great coordinated play there. We're going to see if they can continue to keep this up. Game, Juno primary, actually going to find that first barrier down there. Numbat with the flip, almost gets a demon angle, but great strike in soup wall, and actually going to get a barrier of his own. Dandy Penguin managing to use Numbat's resources against him. But now Carly OS actually on the back foot as Sharks and Izzy found that second barrier bottom. Both teams on an open goal now. It just possession keeps being traded, and Game is going to put it in top cornered log just a little bit too slow.
Yeah, and Game is just controlling the entire game right now, it feels like. When they go on to scoring attempts, do you see how many layers there were? There was a strike, the slime, and then the strike again. It was so hard for Dandy Penguin to defend. Rewarded with the first pick. We'll probably pick up something like the quick strike, perhaps,
yeah,
or maybe an
awesome.
extra special denial. It depends on what they're feeling like. And they go for an extra special denial here, which leaves a big fish up, but there's so many options for Zentaro here. Heavy impact, tempo swing, prize fighter goes for the tempo swing here. Heavy impact is left up for the Estelle, decides to go to quick strike instead, and Rune will deny the heavy impact from the Vice.
You know, interestingly, I think maybe Zentaro, it might have been better if Zentaro went with the heavy impact, right? They don't seem to be playing for damage, so the damage from tempo swing is not as conducive to their game as the cooldown reset is from heavy impact, but we're going to see how this plans out, and maybe their awakening build is actually going to make them start playing for damage. But right now, don't mind if I do-boo with the early advantage, managed to get that first barrier right off the kickoff. However, they're going to lose one. That soup ball just a little too late to make sure that core couldn't get through. Both teams down a barrier, just looking to get that early advantage, get that goal open. Great banish from Carly. Sharks NC dead off of the black hole, and now it's a power play opportunity for KO them.
Yeah, and I'm surprised no one took the Catalyst, right? That newly changed Catalyst gives you so much energy when you're getting hit. If you're against a character like Zentaro, you would have so many flips just because of taking chip damage and taking those chip hits, especially with the Juno Slimes as well. So I don't know about that one, but I don't know, maybe they don't need it because Izzy Boy and Sharks have equalized the barriers, but Numbat catches the ping pong back and forth with the primary, capitalizing on it for 1 goal and the lead for KO them.
Yeah. No, Numbat actually catching up to Dandy Penguin with the Ord stacks. Maybe Numbat will become the replicator in the future at 8 stacks. They're getting pretty close to the max number. However, we will see if he can hold on to those. Right now, though, don't mind if I do-boo, losing a barrier as Game jumps over a rune pillar and strikes it into that bottom barrier. Just great presence from Game this entire match. Now, Numbat and Game looking for another barrier. However, that black hole just a little bit unfortunate. Can take the top from Carly OS, KO them. Still up a player, but looks like Izzy Boy is going to be able to respawn, but not before Numbat gets that top barrier. What a great placement of that slice and dice ability that Zentaro's got.
Oh, and Sharks goes for the flip, does not get the shot to the bottom side. What a valiant attempt, and now Numbat winning the strike war. Game jumping in, looking for something. Izzy Boy has almost a shot, but strike war won by Numbat. Numbat has been so good on the midfield defense so far, occupying so much space as well, taking the log, and Game strike war lost to Sharks, but Game leaps forward with Numbat looking for something, but a great stun by Izzy makes it easy for Dandy Penguin to get out of the situation. Also gets out of the slime situation as well, clearing it back and forth. Numbat in Game looking for a bit of a passing play, but Dandy Penguin holds, but the rune pillar continues the offense back and forth to Numbat to the center to Game. Game looking for something with the slime, but this time it is a supernova that sends it out from Izzy Boy. Carly forced to save, and now Numbat looking for something fast. Log sends it at hyper speed, and Numbat gets the final strike after the slime and KO them in a chaotic round. Managed to keep the lead once again.
Yeah, I mean, chaos is right. Both teams traded possession there like 3 times before a goal was put in. Great defense from Dandy Penguin, but it was not enough to stop KO's excellent core control-based offense. Now, though, they're going to look again. Don't mind if I do, but looking again to score, and this time they might have a serious opportunity on their hands. They open the goals of KO them early, but Crystal Thorn's not going to find it. Numbat almost finds one of his own. Great dash and passive dash combo there to almost take that barrier, but Dandy Penguin positioned well, manages to get it. And Sharks NC with a self primary almost gets it, but the Viceless Chain Lightning is going to find it instead right through Game. I mean, don't mind if I do-boo, not out of it yet for this set.
Definitely not out of it. We saw how their offense can turn so quickly, and with the flip on Sharks, this could be their point to win. As Carly sits on a pillar, the core goes right under it. The center is blown up, and with that center open, that is just so much room for KO them to play with. Double barrier for Numbat's flip. So much value, and the slimes are coming in for a Game. That extra special, not necessarily considered the most valuable, but as I say that, Sharks, the flip up, gets both barriers on the other side as well. Both teams have to be so careful, but Numbat with the blink and the strike war win. Dandy Penguin almost gets the save, but Numbat is just better and in position to potentially get a replicator here.
I mean, absolutely. And I mean, he just won. He got MVP. Replicator did not drop, but still quite a few things up for him. 1-2 punch, twin drive. Any one of those could be pretty big. Along with Stagger Swagger, I mean, having that speed, though we do see Shark Fancy hovering it. And actually, instead opting to take the twin drive, something that surprises me. I mean, there's been so much damage, and especially on this map, when that black hole goes off, you don't know where your health bar might go, right? Stagger Swagger definitely a safer choice, but Sharks NC opting for that My Cup Egoist type pick.
Yeah, and we'll see what happens. It's definitely a deny towards game, right? You don't want that Chrono Boost Juno jumping twice. We saw that against Winton. It was incredibly oppressive. But that also leaves aerials for game, and I think that is another thing that game quite likes, as the Tofu Fortress does not have a particle accelerator, but still some fast bounces to get the bottom barrier. Dandy Penguin stunned up, top barrier taken by Numbat and Game. Carly does not lose the bottom barrier, but loses both because of Sharks' fantastic play. But Game is there to win the strike war, and it's just a Game highlight reel.
And it's as you said, I mean, that aerial is making that difference. So much range with Chrono Boost and aerials. Game's map presence is about to pop off. Also, the extra projectile range onto Friend Fling and, you know, Juno Special. Game is just going to have so much area of influence this match, and it's going to be hard to keep pace, right? Even as a Cell with that Blink and Vice with that Teleport, it's very hard to deal with a Juno who's just flying around everywhere. Like that. Oh my god.
Yeah, great save by Dandy Penguin, but right now it feels like just one save isn't enough, right? They're getting possession so often. This time, Sharks and Izzy Boy holding possession for a little bit, but Izzy just cannot find a way. Like, this Vice is being outrun by the Stacks Juno, by the Centaur that could blink around. Gets a 2 hits on the Supernova, but right now Sharks is the one that's low, has to watch out for a KO even from any of the characters on the field right now. Numbat is low as well, wants to conserve those stacks, has to play so safe. The Game has flipped, Dandy has flipped. Which one of them will be able to get value first? The Sharks is almost sent off the map, but that was like literally no knockback from the primary. Not sure what happened there, as Izzy looking for the barrier will get it in the ping pong. Carly does have the flip, sends it up to Game, and now Numbat looking for a bit of a play. Oh, blocks the flip with the primary and blinks in for the goal. What a play by Numbat.
That was disgusting. That made me feel bad, man. if I'm Dandy Penguin there, I feel so bad after that happens to me. Numbat showing levels with that slice and dice in that blink combo. I mean, incredible stuff. And now Game with the flip looks to score, but the soup wall, perfect defense from Dandy Penguin, not letting Game get anything off of that flip. I mean, not much more you could ask for. Izzy Boy with a flip of his own, gonna see if we can give him the rock. Took a little bit, but right now a little bit out of position to use it. The log goes out from Dandy Penguin, gonna find one barrier. Izzy Boy holding onto that flip, probably looking to score a goal with it instead. Both teams down a barrier though, and Dandy Penguin actually gonna lose that second one. Goals open for Don't Mind If I Do Boo.
Yeah, potential final point of this first game here. The Slimes are sublime right now, looking for that goal, but Dandy Penguin will block it. Big KO by Numbat, but Game is almost KO'd on the return, and Izzy Boy trying to blink in for a point, but Numbat just keeps core control. Sets up a play for Game. Slimes are sent down. Almost a shot to the top side, but Dandy Penguin is so huge, able to strike that away without a second thought. And now Game is looking a little dangerous. Almost getting KO'd, but still staying alive. The dribble off the top side, stunning up Dandy Penguin, and that is enough. Numbat realizes this core is going to go in regardless. I just need to stun up the goalie.
I mean, excellent awareness from Numbat right there. Hard to pick an MVP for that match, though the Game decides to say Game is the MVP, and I'm not inclined to disagree. I mean, both Numbat and Game were so incredibly strong in that match, right? Game's map presence, Numbat's scoring combos, KO them looking in top form right now as they head into Game 2 of the series.
Yeah, they're definitely looking in top form and definitely the favorites here, but we saw a very huge, like, incredible flashes of brilliance from Don't Mind If I Do Boo, right? They dominated that first set. Like, absolutely. Not dominate the first set, but they dominated the points where they scored in. You saw those double barriers. You saw those conversions.
Absolutely.
And I think, I don't know what they specifically need to do, because I think they just... when they had possession, they were incredibly strong. I think the core control in general, though, KO them were just taking possession more often, getting more chances.
Yeah, I will say also, I mean, that Zentaro pick coming through later on, the tempo swing and damage, they were able to find, KO them was able to actually start KOing them, right? So Dandy Penguin is often forced into a 2v3 defensive situation with whoever was left on his team. Just a bit rough for Don't Mind If I Do Boo. I mean, it's very hard to make those kinds of adjustments. It's very small things that are winning KO them this match. No, we're just waiting to load into game 2. 3Z in chat saying, Danny Penguin, I believe. I mean, 3Z is truly here to support Don't Mind If I Do Boo. Don't Mind If I Do Boo. If any of you are watching this stream, one of the best players in this game is on your side right now.
Yeah, but will the 3Z buff be enough? Because this roster of KO them has just made it all the way here after all. Don't Mind If I Do Boo as well, but KO them is just 1 goal away from making it to day 3, and we'll see what map this potential showdown will be on in just a second as we see the starting flick instead of the searching.
Well, Omega. Oh, okay. I thought I just got loading bugged. Okay, we're good. And it's gonna be Demon Days. Oh, actually, I think this is in favor of Don't Mind If I Do Boo. As you said before, KO them a pretty core control heavy team. Even though Numbat's got that Zentaro pick, you know, there was a comment you said to me once where you said KO them was just Bozo Bunch 2, a team that really likes to play for core control and dies a little bit more than usual.
Yeah, I think in the Winton game it was like they're called KO them, but they're the ones being KO'd because really, like, you're banning the Julie here, which is understandable. And Sharks picking the Estelle is a little, I don't know. I feel like if they have a different brawler, it would be better with the Vice because it's Demon Deus. Like, you want to just KO them here. As Zentaro, as expected, will be picked on the other side.
I mean, yeah, Vice and Dubu, though, still pretty solid picks for this map. I mean, Vice, even after her nerfs, still strong character. Dubu, one of the best goalie picks for this map. Though, Zentaro, Aimee pick from game, gonna be, that's a lot of damage, quite frankly. Even Aimee, though she's not the most damaging character in the game, less than Vice, when combined with Zentaro, even after Zentaro's nerfs, it's just gonna be so much damage, especially on a map like Demon Days. Everything is so close, that turret is gonna be taking lives.
Yeah, and definitely not a bad awakening choice. Catalyst and Heavy Impact, very, very good choices for all of these characters. And the goalies having Catalyst will be a great boon because they will be getting hit on Demon Deus, and they will be building up those meters so quickly. As look at that, Carly already at 2, Dandy working on it a little bit, but the first barrier taken in the favor of Don't Mind If I Do, but I almost called the team Dandy Penguin. We've been saying his name too much.
I mean, Danny Penguin's defense has been stellar so far, not going down a barrier yet either. I will say, I think if you're talking about those awakenings, right? If you're Don't Mind If I Do, I'm surprised you're not picking 3 Catalysts, especially into a comp that's Aimee and Zentaro, especially after the Catalyst changes, right? You're getting so much meter for getting hit, you don't even have to run damage anymore on a map that usually forces you to run damage. But Heavy Impact on Vice, definitely no joke, so we'll see how this plays out.
Yeah. And look at that damage. Game being taken so low in an instant. Danny Penguin has flipped for offense or defense. Game looking for a bit of a shot up to the top side, but Danny Penguin deflects it. And Izzy looking for a bit of a shot with the power cord as well, but Carly saving it as well. Sharks looking to have that flip. It will be a little dangerous. The Aimee turret up there as well, but unable to get anything going as Izzy Boy goes into the secondary animation, but the shot is found by Game to the bottom corner.
I mean, that was just a well-placed shot. Sometimes the goal looks covered, but there are pockets always in game. Seeing that, manages to find that early goal, and now KO them with an early KO advantage as well, KOing them indeed. However, the flip from Sharks almost finds 2 barriers, is going to find 2 barriers. Actually, great strike from Sharks. Sharks turning the play around for his team. Danny Penguin's soup ball goes out, but Numbat just going to flip it, and now Game putting the core in position for Numbat to take another. But Danny Penguin holds on well. And actually, it's going to be Don't Mind If I Do Boo scoring. What a primary snipe from Sharks NC from the midfield.
Yeah, what a snipe, equalized in an instant despite being staggered. And we'll have to see some of that next. This Game has no meter, right? Carly does, but this offense will be halted for a second as Game goes for the KO on Izzy, doing so much chip damage with the turret as well. And if they can get a KO on Izzy, they can turn the tide very quickly, but a missed primary by Numbat will not continue it, but staggered Danny Penguin and Izzy. Danny does have the flip for a little bit of respite, but Carly misses the strike and a barrier is taken on the other side. Izzy regenning nearly to full. They need to get a KO here. KO them needs to convert, but Sharks will simply win the strike war. Look for a bit of a goal. Dandy has the flip for pressure, but a great KO with the glitch pop. Almost getting the barrier as well. Finally getting the barrier with the help of the firewall sentry, and Numbat is lurking, looking for a play. Game, what a slow pass. What great patience from both forwards of KO them as they take a 2-1 lead.
I mean, that was just good capitalization from KO them. As soon as they saw their opportunity, they took it and they started winning, right? Game having that excellent vision and presence to just get that glitch pop KO on Dandy Penguin, and that was really where things started working for them. Now that's Supal versus the Pillar. Supal's gonna win. Both teams gonna go down to barrier, but Sharks manages to find the strike for barrier number 2. Don't Mind If I Do Boo looking a lot better than last game. I think this map is helping them out, and that Crystal Thorns from Sharks straight through Carly OS. Not much she could do there. Sharks NC, I mean, absolutely cooking this match.
Yeah, not much she can do there, Sharks. That Estelle has been so great. You saw those double barriers on Atlas Lab as well. This time, can't double barrier, no problem. We'll get the goals as Izzy looking for something here. Carly sends it to the bottom side, just stalls it a little bit as Numbat and Game are looking to strike or near the bottom side, but just get sent up. And while that's happening, Sharks is taking a lot of damage. I think they're focusing, realizing who the threat is. Good elusive comes out, but Sharks will continue to take damage. But as I say that, Bears will start going down. Sharks KO'd, but KO them still needs to find these barriers, and both the barriers are gone with that great flip from Izzy.
Absolutely wonderful flip from Izzy Boy, and now Dandy Penguin walking up, looking to use his flip offensively in the combo into Supernova for the top pocket shot, and there's nothing KO them can do. The core is just too fast. Oh my god.
Yeah, what a shot. First pick of the draft for Sharks. We'll probably take that. Aerials say thank you for one of Estelle's best in slots. Oh, decides to deny the build different instead. But there's so many choices for the Aimi and the Zentaro. I'm not sure if that was the correct pick here. They have so much to work with. Super Surge specialized training. Like, oh, I'm not so sure about that one.
Same. I think they needed to take aerials to equalize the power that Numbat's obviously going to get from Super Surge, right? No, Castella's Vice, definitely no nothing to scoff at. Castella's Vice with those slows, with those stuns, it might be just disruptive enough that the Super Surge won't even matter. We will find out in this set. Though Numbat early on getting huge amounts of damage off of that dash and blink combo. Izzy Boy's health bar looking absolutely gone, and as I say that, they get banished to the Shadow Realm, sent off the Sky platform that is the Omega Strikers field. Numbat and Game now looking to finally capitalize on this power play, but I mean, the pattern continues. Every time it's 2v3 for Don't Mind If I Do Boo, they manage to get these barriers, and KO them just can't convert. And now they're about to get a second, but great pillar from Carly OS finally finds the clear.
Yeah, and look at those monumentalist pillars, but as I say that, another great snipe from Sharks. So consistent with those as Game looks for the barrier, looks for a lot of chip damage, but barely gets any damage with the specialized turret. Now it goes all the way back. Sharks looking for a bit of a snipe. Gets the snipe. Izzy in open field. The core moves dangerously towards the center. Great KO by Game on Izzy though. And now Sharks is left alone in this midfield. Looking for a bit of a snipe, but Carly manages to get it out in time. The flip goes wide of the barrier. Game looking to make something happen. The glitch pop is enough. Flip comes out from Carly all the way around. Caught by Dandy Penguin. And the blink does not connect with the core. Great clear by Carly as well. Numbat trying to make something happen. Sharks unable to score with the Crystal Thorns. Almost gets there, but not enough in the end. Flip on Game. Looking for a bit of a shot. Goes for the demon angle. Barely misses it, but oh, what a KO onto Dandy Penguin. Sniped by Sharks, but unable to hit it towards the goal. So close as Numbat dribbles. Looks for an angle. Passes it back to Game. The blink, but it's not enough as Dandy Penguin is just about to respawn.
I mean, this 2v3 defense from Don't Mind If I Do Boo right now is unreal. Even with Dandy Penguin gone, Sharks and Izzy Boy holding it down. And now it's their turn. It's their turn. They're looking for a chance. The Supal goes out. Possession in the hands of Sharks with that Rose Warp. Excellent shot placement. It's going to go top pocket. Sharks absolutely MVP for Don't Mind If I Do Boo right now, and he's not letting up.
Yeah, and this is the Don't Mind If I Do Boo game, right? This is the one they need to stay in this tournament, to stay alive in this final tiebreaker situation. And right now, they're looking to convert here, trying to bait Numbat into the log, get the stun, but not the KO. But they've successfully stalled so much time for Izzy. They only lose one barrier right now, and Game is looking low as well.
Yeah, and Game almost dies, but it manages to evade that supernova from Izzy Boy and finds a KO of his own. What a combo from Game. Now, finally, it's not going to be a 2v3 defense play from Dandy Penguin and Sharks finding that barrier. Numbat's actually going to find the kill on Dandy now, and all Numbat needs to do is flip this, but Sharks going to find that flip first. And Numbat, once again, I mean, it's Sharks holding it down, right? Strike warning that core flip. Dandy Penguin is now respawned, and Don't Mind If I Do Boo looking mostly okay. All they need to do is take one barrier, and I mean, they've been doing it all game. Sharks has been so strong, gonna find it 1v3 in that top corner. This guy is a little bit incredible right now. It passes to Izzy Boy. Izzy Boy looking for start up a bit of offense, trying to see if they can get Sharks into play, but instead Numbat with the dash and is gonna find that bottom pocket shot, just sees that minuscule opportunity and takes it.
Yeah, Numbat with the blink redirect, clinical goal for KO them, and right now it's at a bit of standstill, right? Those barriers going down very quickly. They feel very vulnerable right now, but once that happens, it's a lot of stalling, it's a lot of jostling for position with those snipes, with the human snipe from Zentaro as well. And Numbat taking a lot of damage. We'll have to see if he can stay alive, because Numbat has been the backbone of this team in terms of offense.
I mean, absolutely. Numbat actually is managing to stay alive. Not seeming to be too much damage focus from Don't Mind If I Do Boo, though now I think Sharks is looking position. However, Game keeps doing it, finding these kills on Izzy Boy. They recognize that they have a target that they can exploit to get these KOs, and it's working for them. The roll from Dandy Penguin too far out and just going to slowly roll in.
Yep. And this is the perfect scenario for KO them, right? If they can tie it up here, if they can get a good draft, if they can snowball it in their advantage, they can just go home happy. They can lock themselves in for day 3. And right now, they're looking to do so. Quick barrier take by Numbat. Game lurking, ready to try and KO Izzy Boy, but the knockback goes in the wrong direction, and the Tofu Fortress is interrupting their offense.
Yeah, and now that pillar going to hit it right back into the hands of Dandy Penguin, still trying to clear this away from their barrier. Game and Numbat just holding on well, covering these angles. Numbat finds another strike, almost finds the barrier. The dash isn't going to be enough, though, but they are going to find the kill on Izzy Boy once again. I mean, they keep finding this kill on Izzy Boy. They know if they shut down that damage, it's going to be a large problem for Don't Mind If I Do Boo. And they've started to capitalize in these 3v2 situations as well. And they're going to do it again. Great dash from Numbat. Doesn't even have to hit the core. Just lets it roll in.
Yeah, and this is the big draft for KO them. Can they pick up some stuff here? And as we watch, there's a lot to play with. There's the big fish. There is the stacks on stacks. And if some of these characters can get these awakenings, yep, big fish for Zentaro. Yep. Numbat has been winning those strike wars. Now he will win them even more, have more presence with those strikes in the midfield. And this Dubu will probably be forced on the stacks on stacks to not give it over. Woke up being taken an egoist. So overall, definitely I think that big fish, a highlight of this draft. The stacks on stacks for Dandy Penguin would be nice, except for the fact that they are KOing Dandy Penguin quite a bit.
I mean, yeah, and Dandy Penguin, you know, might not be able to hold on to those stacks for too long, especially with that big fish Zentaro. Even though not strictly a damage buff, having those larger hitboxes means Numbat's just going to be able to output that much more damage. I mean, if you look at the size of that slice and dice and that passive dash, I mean, it's going to be hard to avoid, right? Now, great pillar from Carly OS finds that first barrier. Numbat running that offense, looking for the second game. Also there, but great flip from Dandy Penguin as it's inches away. Going to manage to find the clear. Not out of the woods yet, though, as Game looks to continue that offense. But finally, Sharks NC with the Rose Ward going to find the clear. Izzy Boy Supernova, though, just a bit unfortunate. Rolls a little too far, and it's actually going to own that golden barrier. Numbat capitalizing well. Great scoring Zentaro combo right there from Numbat. I mean, the big fish really coming into play for this team.
Yeah, and huge highlight to Carly. They look so shaky in the offense, but they are stepping it up. They are so proactive on the offense, right? Like, on the defense, it just felt like the barrier was paper for the first set, but now they're defending so well. They're stepping up and putting the pillars in the right position to ricochet all the way back for more offense. Like, I feel like they've well and truly warmed up here.
Absolutely. As you say it.
As I say that. Okay, well.
Caster's curse, I think. Sharks NC
it's over. I apologize, KO them, because I'm sorry.
Saya making it doomed for KO them as Sharks NC gets that primary through Carly to find that first goal for Don't Mind If I Do Boo. It's a dead even game as Dandy Penguin looks to clear past his killer. Numbat, though, with the extra with the Zentaro special, doesn't decide to flip there, surprisingly. Instead, dashes, almost finds the target, but can't quite find the game. A little bit low. But there's not been much damage output from Don't Mind If I Do Boo, so we'll see if they're able to capitalize on that. Dandy Penguin, though, anchoring well for their team on offense, looking to just keep the plays alive. The flip comes out from Sharks, finds one. almost finds 2. They are going to find 2, actually. Great strikes from Sharks there. Game goes down, and now Izzy Boy and Sharks have a scoring opportunity. Carly goes down. It's up to Numbat to hold it. Dandy maybe want to flip. Doesn't even have to, but what a save. Oh my god, Numbat absolutely cooking on this 1v3 defense. Game's going to respawn, but it's not enough. Too many projectiles, and it's going to hit right through Numbat 2-1. Great plays from Don't Mind If I Do, but right as I was talking about them not having that damage output.
Yeah, and their defense is holding up. Their offense is getting even better. But right now, Numbat rushing in, erasing so much of Danny Penguin's health bar, getting the barrier as well. And if Carly can hold here, if the combined forces of KO them can hold here, they can mount another round of offense. But Sharks is just winning the strike wars. And right now, it is looking so difficult. The Banish not in a great spot, but still managed to be saved by the pillar. And now Carly clearing it up, looking for a bit more possession, but just roll slowly to Dandy Penguin. Great save by Carly's pillar, but Sharks is just so good with the strike placement, not hitting into the pillar at all. And the flip is available for Izzy, sends to the top side, blocked by the flip from Carly. Numbat looking to use the special to get some possession, but it misses the barrier, and Game looking for a bit of a shot, looking for a strike war win, unable to get it. Izzy a little too strong. Shark gets the strike, and 3-1. Don't Mind If I Do Boo are continuing to stay alive in the bracket.
Yeah, and I was talking about Sharks taking Twin Drive that game 1. That mic up egoistic, but now Sharks is truly ascending to that score, Estelle. Shades of mic up indeed. And now they've got Twin Drive available to them again. I'm so strong. They've been using that Rose Warp so well, and of course they're going to take it. Options here, though, for KO them. I mean, so many. Timeless for Rune, definitely solid, though. With the Monumentalist, maybe almost a hindrance, right? Replicator's up, but nobody's taking any orbs. However, Numbat with that perfect form could be a huge problem. Zentaro gets so much cooldown reset off of that special of his.
Well, I wouldn't call it a hindrance on defense, because Carly has had plenty of time to have those pillars form up to full on the defensive end of things. Having the Timeless and Manu will be incredible for these types of situations where Numbat can just hit it backwards. Look at that. The setups are so practiced, it feels like. And that pillar is just blocking off half the map, and this just might be KO them's win condition right here.
Yeah, I mean, KO them had an incredible draft, and they're capitalizing well. Game with the glitch pop puts it right through Dandy Penguin. Dandy Penguin just can't strike again fast enough. I mean, my bad. Okay, Carly OS absolutely cooking with these pillars.
Absolutely cooking, and not risking like those risky in-traffic placements that might get destroyed, right? Usually just doing it in open space, knowing that it will be an asset to the offense and the defense. Look at that. But right now, the snipes from Sharks have not gotten any worse. They're lurking. They're looking for the blink. They managed to get both barriers, although they're staggered. I don't think anything's left to really KO them right now, as Carly just sends it away, but it goes directly to Izzy, keeping possession. That ping pong goes to Izzy as well, and it goes through the goalposts of the two pillars. Great shot by Sharks to even up the score.
Point out, by the way, Sharks got those barriers with that Rose Warp usage. I've been saying, but this man's teleporting is unreal. Those Estelle blinks are finding everything under the sun. And we're gonna, so even though KO them got a pretty strong grab, giving Sharks that Twin Drive could be scary. However, Numbat doesn't really seem to care about what I'm saying right now. Finds both barriers and almost a goal. Danny Penguin just not even there to get it. What a great pass from Game. Carly's pillar just holding it down. That was great play from KO them. That was so fast.
Yeah, great play from KO them. Great turret on the bottom side, trapping the members of Don't Mind If I Do Boo as well out of game. And this kickoff is so important. Will there be a critical pillar? Oh, it is blocked. It is killed before it can even form. And right now, Carly and the Game looking to make a defense on the top side. Numbat assisting as well, and they hold the last barrier. This is huge for the chances of KO them to get this final goal of the set.
Dandy with some great patience there, knows Numbat wants a dash to cover that bottom clear, so doesn't strike it down off the flip, instead just waits at the pillar, and now they're going to find that KO on Game. It's their chance to shine. Even though Sharks goes down, Sharks opens up the goal. He's done his job. It's up to Izzy Boy and Dandy Penguin right now.
Oh.
Great log, stops the flip. Sharks going to be up in 6 seconds. They just need to hold on for a little bit. The soup ball making it a little hard for Numbat to get back on offense. It's buying just enough time. Sharks is going to respawn. They go down a barrier, but I mean, we've seen what Sharks has been doing on this map. We're going to see if they can continue to do it. Dandy does have the flip for the defense, not even needs to use it right there. Uses the log, instead finds the clear. Now Sharks and Izzy Boy looking to put one in. But a great flip from Carly OS forces one back from Dandy, and it's anybody's game again. This point is just so chaotic. This map is, this map is like that, but great vanish from Carly and the pillars.
Oh!
And Sharks with the snipe from the primary bounces it right around Carly, and it's going to be 2-2. It's match point from Don't Mind If I Do Boo.
Great play from both sides, but in the end, Sharks is just a little bit more clutch. They're looking to take it here. They're looking to even up the series. But still, there's 1 goal left to reset the situation for KO them. They could continue this scary game. They are continuing to get both barriers so quickly, and if Carly can get it around, this is a massive push for them.
I mean, absolutely. And now it's so dangerous for Dandy Penguin, Izzy Boy, and Sharks NC right here. The flip goes out from Numbat. Sharks NC perfectly positioned to stop that, but now his health bar's looking a little low. Flip from Game is going to find the KO. What a Thunderstruck from Izzy Boy, though. Now that's Supernova as well, just holding Game and Numbat back. The flip as well. Izzy Boy filling in just fine on this 2v3. I mean, as I've said it before, Don't Mind If I Do's 2v3 defense is incredible. The flip goes out from Dandy, probably expecting a little bit more, but Game's glitch pop going to hit it right around. There's nobody there to field it, and KO them is in it.
Yeah, and this is a very, very scary final set. KO them with the draft pick advantage. Game will probably pick up the happy star. There it is, extra special. Also great as a deny from the Vice. The Vice definitely would have wanted that as well, but we'll settle with the plethora of other options, the prime time especially, but 1-2 punch available for the Zentaro as well. Hotshot available for the Estelle or the Rune. The Estelle decides to go Missile Propulsion, which leaves Hotshot available for Carly. I think this is the tipping point where Carly can just place the pillars without worrying.
Yeah, I mean, this draft looks a little unreal. 1-2 punch Zentaro, Happy Star, Aimee, and Hotshot Rune. What is this? Looks like they're just allowed to pick whatever they want, and they might as well be. These characters are so hard to deny. They have so many options in these drafts. I think Don't Mind If I Do, we're regretting not banning Zentaro for this map right now, especially after Numbat's game 1. But Sharks, Izzy Boy, and Dandy holding on well in that absolutely chaotic mess. The pillar, you were saying it wasn't a grief, but it was going to happen eventually. That pillar hitting the craziest angle on Carly to take her own barrier. Just a little bit unfortunate there. Dandy Penguin holds on well, though, and now Don't Mind If I Do does not care about the draft KO them. They still want to win this. They want to take this to a game 3. I mean, the script is there. We're going to see if they can fulfill it. Sharks, though, staggered. Dandy Penguin with the flip. Probably needs to use it on defense. Did not. Numbat instead just flips to find the barrier. Both teams with an open goal. And it's dangerous for both teams right now. Game on life support. We're going to see if anybody's going to find this KO, though it's seemingly right now nobody's interested in looking. And now Sharks finally has the advantage. And as soon as he does, that strike war in the midfield to hit it right through Carly. 1-0 up for Don't Mind If I Do Boo.
Yeah, and I like Carly's movement a lot of time. Like, that movement up was great, but just a little too hasty against Sharks' blink. Like, I think it was very predicted, right? There's a reason Carly stepped up there, but the strike was just a little too early. Sharks a little too good on that play there, but this time, KO them getting both barriers so quickly. They're looking to take this, even up the points, even up the entire game right now as Game lurking. Looking for a bit of a blink situation. Has the backup of the pillar, but Sharks is the one who will be getting the barrier. And Numbat in there, Game in there as well. So many hits, but Dandy Penguin still manages to save them all.
I mean, Sharks, Dandy Penguin, both cooking right now. Izzy Boy, no slouch either. Don't Mind If I Do does not care how strong the enemy team's builds are. They do not care about anything except for winning this match. Numbat gets the KO and the flip, but Dandy Penguin with a great angled shot on that barrier, and now both teams' goals are open, waiting, just stalling out that timer, waiting for Sharks to respawn, but Game just gonna blink it in, and Dandy Penguin just stops paying attention for a split second, and it's over.
Yeah, and a bit of a sniper here. Game accelerating the core slightly with the secondary, and it's 1-1. And we've seen what happens when the cooldowns are up. The happy start, the extra special round start for Game. Carly placing the pillars as well, and the possession is just immediately in their hands. 10 Sharks get past, and Numbat is KO'd. Now it will be a little bit difficult for Carly and Game to defend, especially because Izzy does have that cast last for the stun duration, but that pillar will halt the core to banish will as well. Great save by Dandy Penguin. Great primary by Izzy Boy. Both barriers are taken. Game is taken off the field as well. Numbat will have to do so much in terms of possession. Carly has the flip to stall it out. Has to be careful of the stun. Numbat stunned as well, but Numbat stunning Sharks with the hit stun on that second special as Sharks looks for yet another snipe. Game pushes him away, but yet again, they cannot find this barrier. Dandy Penguin's holding too well. Pass up by Izzy Boy. Dandy Penguin has the flip just in case. Sharks has the snipe, sends it down. Stun attempted by Izzy Boy. What a shot to the top side!
That was a little unreal. Oh my gosh. Izzy Boy with the most amazing Thunderstruck stops it right before the pillar and finds the most insane angle around the entirety of KO them to put it up 2-1. It is match weight for Don't Mind If I Do, and they're looking to put an end to it. Fast kickoff from both teams. Numbat knows what's at stake here, tries to get that early barrier. Dandy Penguin low with the flip, but doesn't matter. Managed to avoid the Numbat damage. It's looking to be okay. The roll stops the core just in time, and the flip just holding on, stalling out that pillar. I mean, great defense from Dandy Penguin right here. It's up to the forwards to see if they can get these barriers. However, oh my gosh, there's so many things happening right now.
Yeah, and that specialized, extra special Imi turret is just doing so much chip damage, right? Getting the KOs is so good, but Sharks is getting so much value when they live. Dandy Penguin stepping up, threatening the strike war onto the barrier. The hit stun not enough to keep Dandy Penguin from saving all of that with the help of Izzy. And Numbat in game trying to mount something, but Dandy Penguin is the greatest goalie maybe right now in this moment, in this game at the very least.
And Dandy Penguin's log, as you say it, finds that barrier with the most insane angle known to man. Sharks NC almost finds a goal, and they're going to find a Dandy Penguin strike through the entire team, and the hit stun off of the Thunderstroke from Izzy Boy. Incredible coordination for that final goal, and we're going to go to Game 3.
Game 3, and I don't think many people would have predicted this because there's only one game in this game. But yeah, the Game 3, incredible performance by Dandy Penguin, incredible performance by all the members of Don't Mind If I Do. Sharks with so many snipes, Izzy with the stuns as well, and I don't know if you're KO them. I think you just have to hope that it isn't Demon Deus because they did look very shaky on the defense on this map.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy, right? There were so many times that they got that early KO. If you look at the damage stats, Numbat's got 54,000 games, 45k. The highest on Don't Mind If I Do is Izzy Boy with 36,000. It's not even close. But Don't Mind If I Do, in those 2v3 situations early, Sharks and Dandy were able to get those barriers, get those wins, get those goals. And I mean, the defense was falling apart too much early, and late game, it was just anybody's match at that point.
Yeah, and this final game is just so critical, right? This is to stay alive. This is to make it to the day 3, final day, top 8 of the Omega Strikers Amateur Series. And if you haven't been following, the format is a little complicated. You had to go, at least you had to not lose twice on the first day. And then if you went 2-0 on the first day, you just played for seeding today. If you went 1-1, which was a lot of teams, you got sent to a single elimination gauntlet phase today, and there were 3 like pools of single elimination, and the 2 people with the worst records that made it out of the single elimination. Like, explaining this is a little difficult. Jack Ryan made a video. Someone linked the video.
Yeah, someone link the Jack Ryan video in the chat, please. This format is very complicated, but it's proving for some very good matches. I mean, just look at what we've got on hand. You could not write a better script. Both teams going dead even. I mean, any of these matches could have been won by anybody, and Sharks is absolutely coming through in that last match. We're gonna see who can take it in Game 3. Saya, do you have any predictions?
I think on most maps, I would favor KO them, but we saw what happened here. We saw the snipes, we saw the core control ability of Don't Mind If I Do, and I think they definitely could do it, but my money would definitely be on KO them. And Jack Ryan in the chat saying it took 4 hours to get one take. So I need to find the video because if there's one thing that these OSAS formats by Jack Ryan have like really been able to do, is it just generates hype matches. Like, OSAS is always hype, and I don't know how the wacky format manages to make it happen, but it does.
It absolutely does. Also, we have been informed, by the way, that Achi will be stepping into the goal box, subbing out Carly OS. It's time for Achi to play.
Oh wait, this is okay. Achi is coming in. Says, I can do it better or something like that. I don't know. Well, we'll see how it goes, because Achi has been pretty solid in terms of goalkeeping, and and that could be what like the team needs, because Carly has been great in terms of proactive play, right? But I think right now, Game and Numbat have fantastic offense. They just need more of a wall in the goal box rather than a more proactive goalie like Carly.
I think so. I mean, the Carly's offensive help is great, but what was really being punished there was the lack of defense, right? Sharks NC was just so good at finding those weak points, and the weak points in the space and like formation of KO them, and just abusing that. Those strike wars, those rose warps, all those snipes. I mean, they just need a solid goalie, not an offensive one right now. I think you're absolutely right. And it's going to be Night Market, and so actually doubly important. This map is a little dangerous if you're not competent on the defense.
Yeah, definitely a more standard map than the Demon Disc we've seen, but
Oh yeah.
we're seeing a bit of an Atlas hover from Achi. Juliet ban coming out. They want the Estelle to be here, which honestly, against the Atlas, I think I would prefer to Julie, right? It's way easier to dance around with Aimi Drakkar. I don't know.
Who knows? Though I think the Atlas pick, I think informed by that need for a defensive goalie. So I mean that is a smart pick from Achi. Estelle from the side of Sharks NC. I mean we've seen what that guy can do. I don't know if leaving Sharks as Estelle up was smart. I mean as you said, right? That ban was an interesting choice, the Julie ban.
Yeah, and big Era pickup here because Era with those speed buffs has like complete priority over the center speed gate. And this could be huge as, is it an Aimi goalie here? I think, probably. So it's definitely a battle of that immediate offense versus the defense as Dandy Penguin not picking the Dubu anymore. It's also a little bit confusing because this is like an incredibly good map for Dubu, right? So will this gamble pay off for Dandy Penguin is the big question here.
We're gonna find out. Numbat looking for that core control shot can play early, can't find it through Izzy Boy, instead finds that top barrier, hits it around. Dandy Penguin, I mean, not Aimi, as you said, is it gonna play off? It's a bit of a gamble, right? The lack of defense on that character. You're playing for chip damage, you're playing for offensive pressure. Bit of a really a goalie swap almost, right? Achi on that defensive goalie, and now it's Dandy looking for the offense. But right now, that defense is paying off, it seems, as KO them find the first two barriers early, get that goal, and it's gonna be a fast one.
Yeah, and Achi is being so controlled with the strikes, not doing any lazy clears up to the top side, keeping it locked down, and that's what we like to see, especially against a team comp like this. And at round starts, the speed gate buff, I don't think is like, it should be more of a focus for Don't Mind If I Do because they're losing barriers so fast, they aren't getting the possession they need.
Yeah, Dandy Penguin looking for the strike shot. Actually a pretty interesting take, given how buggy strike shot is right now, but I mean, they're making it work for them. So I'm not going to judge. Sharks NC, though, once again, we keep talking about this guy's strike placements, but it happens again. Finds that perfect angle to get that top barrier. Both teams down a barrier, but holding one on this map is fine. As I say it, though, the angle just a bit too hard for Dandy Penguin to get to. Just a little too slow, and Numbat's going to put it in the bottom corner. 2-0 up, KO them looking in top form, trying to put this one away.
Yeah, this is some classic KO them gameplay. The core control is coming through in full force, and Achi holding it down, and importantly, Numbat and Game I think are super duper comfortable on a map like this. They are very comfortable getting those angles around the goalie, going from the top side to the bottom barrier. And right now the core moves so fast, reflected by the primary of Achi, does not find the goal, but a flip comes out. The redirect from Numbat is great. It wasn't a redirect, it kept the speed, just a slight re-angling as now they're looking for the second barrier as well. Game's health is looking low, but the heal comes out from the Atlas, and that is just so much healing as Numbat just sends it up, and Izzy cannot react. 3-0 in an instant for KO them.
I mean, KO them showing us that they know this core control game in and out. There was a moment there, Numbat got an incredible shotgun at the tip of the range to get that second barrier to open up the goal. And now Numbat is rewarded with a couple of good options, not just all of the energy awakenings, not to mention hot shot on Drakkar as well. So many choices for Numbat. I would probably go with Catalyst right now because of how strong it is, but hot shot is definitely nothing to scoff at. And Game getting that timeless creator for Aimi. I mean, that turret is going to be doing so much work. This is looking like KO them might just stomp 3-0 if they can keep this momentum up.
Yeah, and Achi waiting a little bit, has 3 energy to wait to choose. Choose the egoist here. Wants a piece of the action, it seems. And yeah, it's definitely looking very good for KO them. Numbat's gonna have so many shotguns to work with the refund. They're trying to KO with the combination of the turret and the tornado, but they managed to hold KO them on the defense with everything. They managed to hold the bottom barrier.
I just want to point out, Game actually has timeless Monumentalist Aimi turret right now. That is like so hard to deal with as a goalie. And as I say it, that turret in Numbat's offense is going to find 2 barriers for the side of KO them. Don't mind if I Dubu on the back foot here, trying to hold on. Sharks NC looking for whatever opportunity you can get. Great turret from Dandy Penguin, almost gets the barrier, but Game just tanks all the shots. And the rescue from Achi, and the damage doesn't even matter. Holding onto that barrier just fine. Dandy Penguin with the flip, forced to use it, gonna whip it, but the clear is made. So it is what it is. Izzy Boy and Dandy Penguin now looking to restart the offense, just anything they can get, but Numbat just there and is going to fire at bottom pocket. That turret from Game cutting everybody out of the play.
Yeah, the power of the timeless monumentalist. It's so fat. It's so hard to get through and does so much damage. As Achi has almost full meter, will be becoming an egoist soon, looking for a bit of a play. Maybe Numbat looking for a barrier, but great defense by Dandy Penguin as Achi makes the save. One strike, an orb away, goes for the dribbling play, but hesitates, lets Game cook as Game and Numbat focus top barrier down. Sharks taking so much chip damage as Numbat and Game once again look for it. Achi has flip on defense as well, as both teams aren't able to pierce through the midfield.
Yeah. Now both turrets out. Achi's flip gonna get stuffed by Dandy Penguin's turret. Just to get that top barrier, and this time it's like don't mind if I do boost chance to finally get us point for this match. It's been 4 in a row for KO them so far. If they can hold on to this barrier, if they can capitalize on this advantage, they can finally show some signs of life. Sharks NC so scary in those strike wars. Great patience from Achi though, manages to find the clear. Izzy Boy is gonna have the flip though, and the strike shots from Dandy Penguin are keeping the offense alive, as is the turret. And Sharks with the Rose Warp, I mean, he keeps doing it. Achi just a little slow on the expanse. Sharks is gonna get one right through.
Yeah, a bit of an elementary mistake from Achi, right? Presses an ability in a strike situation, the cast time a little too long, but this time I don't think KO them will let that hurt them, because they'll just be like, okay, and just continue on the offense, get a barrier instantly, look for the second so quickly. Pass up from Achi to Numbat, strike miss, but that's fine. Achi easily strike wars the Crystal Thorns, but Sharks uses the flip to get the barrier, but it's traded out by the Ricochet, and Game is looking for something deflected by the turret from Danny Penguin, but that means they don't have it for defense as Achi is lagging a little bit. Unfortunate barrier take, but Sharks will take those, looking for a bit of a scoring attempt. Great expanse to block the flip from Izzy as Danny Penguin just hits it around. Numbat has the flip, looking for a pass, looking for something here as Achi is looking to pass the Game. Both of them have flip wasted by Game. As Numbat looks to get the KO on Sharks, uses the flip to do so. Picks up the speed gate as well, but Dandy Penguin has the flip, looking to make a bit of a hero play here. Achi needs to be careful as Numbat's walking in as well.
Yeah, I mean, that flip from Numbat for the KO, I mean, there's an argument, right? But maybe he could have used it for scoring instead, as they managed to stall at that death timer. As I've said, that 2v3 defense from Don't Mind If I Do very strong. Maybe going for the power play, not the right option there. And now, Izzy Boy and Sharks alive to run this offense. Sharks almost finds the corner, but great expanse to react to the Kaz there. And it's going to be so unfortunate as Numbat manages to put it in the top corner.
Such an unfortunate shot. Sharks had it in the pocket, but barely missed it. And it is returned immediately by KO them. But Don't Mind If I Do have looked strong, right? They've held on. If they just continue that success, they can definitely take the set.
Absolutely. Now KO them looking just to put this one in. Achi whiffs the flip, but I don't think it's going to matter too much as Game and Numbat find that first barrier. Looking for the second man to keep that core control, that offense. I think the servers are having a bit of a moment on my end at the very minimum. But as it goes, Sharks NC with a great Crystal Thorns and another great place strike to find the second barrier. Don't Mind If I Do looking to put themselves back in this match. Finds the KO on Achi. Now to Shark NC and Izzy Boy against Game and Numbat, and they're gonna find the goal. I'm wrong. Game with an incredible blink save. The cyber slide coming in clutch. The turret out from Dandy Penguin, not gonna be enough. Sharks NC cannot strike forward through 2 people. Game and Numbat with great timings on that strike there, and they're gonna be able to stall out Achi's death. Incredible defense there.
And what a play by Numbat. Shotguns to the self pass, but Achi has to be so careful. Sharks has the projectiles, is lurking, so is Izzy, sends to the bottom side. And there's really not much you can do there. Achi out of position, 2-2. Don't Mind If I Do looking to equalize the sets here.
Yeah, I mean, Don't Mind If I Do does not want to be out of it just yet. They are here to win this game 3. KO them, however, finding that early advantage. Numbat finds the first barrier. Game's going to find the second. I mean, just some great synchronized forward play there. The turret goes out, but Dandy's is longer, and it's going to find that core first. Game's turret does not get to see much of the action right there. Sharks NC does have the flip. If they can get a Rose Warp play or a play like that gets the KO on Game, they will be able to find an offensive opportunity, and they're looking for it right now. Izzy Boy and Sharks looking to get this barrier. Dandy backing up, anchoring for the offense. But this 2v3 defense from Achi and Numbat, very strong. Game is gonna respawn. However, the pressure is not over yet. Job's not done. And as I say, a Game with the glitch off to find an excellent clear.
Yeah, in Game, keeping possession, setting the turret down. It's so scary for Don't Mind If I Do, but they're taking so much damage, but they managed to survive. Sharks is looking healthy with the swagger, I believe, but Numbat finally found the rebound off, and Dandy Penguin caught off guard. The tornado not fully formed yet, and KO them are 1 set away from qualification for day 3.
Yeah, I mean, the stakes are huge now for Don't Mind If I Do Boo. They are down 0-2 in what could be their last match in Osas. And I mean, it's looking like it. Game's about to get prime time. Those glitch pops have been absolutely quick. Actually, ops for the Orb Replicator, really interesting choice there.
It's a bit of a denial, I think.
Yeah.
I think there's a Ponderer on the side of Don't Mind If I
Oh,
Do
yeah.
Boo. Glass Cannon, though, something that Danny Penguin will always take as the goalie with the speed and cast last on the Era. But heavy impact on Drakkar. Numbad will love that. Heavy impact and hotshot both refunding on the shotgun will be incredible. We'll just have unlimited right clicks. And yeah, if I'm Dandy Penguin, like, I'm bracing for impact because Numbad's gonna just continue the offense over and over and over.
I mean, absolutely. But as we say it, it's not Danny Penguin who has to brace for impact. It's Izzy Boy, but it's not going to matter. Sharks, once again, in these 2v3 situations, keeps finding these magical plays. How does he keep doing it? I mean, I'm speechless.
Yeah, and Achi's the one who should have braced for impact, should have used the evade basically there. But Sharks is just so good at catching people off guard, right? And right here too, the blink, like just getting those barriers by any means necessary. But Game gets the KO by any means necessary, gets a hit stun, gets the barrier as well with Numbad, and they're looking to strike war here. The Ricochet off the split gets the barrier as well, and Numbad just needs one strike, and the turret will do for Game, and the 1-1 equalize so quickly.
That was so unfortunate on the side of Don't Mind If I Do, with just so much in your face. Very hard to find that optimal strike placement. I mean, it was a very small window they had to save that. Not much they could do. Danny Penguin looks to use the strike shot to save that first barrier. Can't quite find it. Now the Don't Mind If I Do, we're back on the defense. But Sharks NC, I mean, this guy has been cooking so hard this entire series. We're going to see if they can bring it back for his team. And as I say, it dies for the barrier. But, I mean, finding the barrier, fair enough. Right, decent trade. Danny Penguin does have the flip. Izzy Boy, though, instead going to strike that core out, and Danny's not even going to use it. Danny finally forced into flipping, but manages to wait on the turret and get it past Numbad. Sharks NC gets the respawn, wins the strike war on the core flip, and Don't Mind If I Do manages to hold onto this barrier past so many things that probably would have scored on any other team.
Oh, but
and as I say
no, the barrier goes down. It's an opportunity for Sharks. We see how they like completely snap at opportunities. A fitting name, the Predator, right here. But right now, Numbat is the one taking the barriers. And right now, Numbat is the one trying to get a pass, but it does not go through Game, but doesn't even need it. Just goes through, strikes, shotguns through two people, and KO them are just one goal away.
You're talking about Sharks being a predator, but I mean, if you're never given a chance, right? Game, Numbat holding that offense down so well, never letting the core leave the goal box of Don't Mind If I Do, and Sharks was never a problem.
Oh, what a save by Dandy Penguin, but it isn't enough because it just redirects towards the bottom barrier. Sharks looking for the barrier, gets one here. Achi flips, doesn't want to risk getting two. That's a great decision. But Sharks continuing to lurk. The glitch pop from Danny Penguin going so far with that strike shot range. And the strike war is won by Izzy for the next barrier. Don't Mind If I Do, keeping it alive here. Numbad looking for some damage, for some hit stun, for a strike war win. A glitch pop will get it. Achi will save it against the Crystal Thorns. Game will get it out of the turret as well. Numbad's flip is a little late, but that's fine. The flip is burned from Dandy Penguin. And, oh, the redirect. Wait, Dandy Penguin. What a glitch pop.
Oh my gosh, Dandy Penguin against all odds, the greatest glitch pop of all time. It is 2-2 in this set. Match point for KO them, but all Don't Mind If I Do needs is one, and they're still in this match. I mean, they were looking shaky at the start of this, but they managed to find their groove and get just a little bit of luck. And Izzy Boy with the Maelstrom going to find the KO on Numbat. And now Don't Mind If I Do, we're just looking for any opportunity they can have. The Rose goes out from Sharks NC, tries to find any barrier, can't quite do it. Achi holding on so well in this defense, and it's as you said, they needed that wall, and that wall is here. Achi looking a little unbreakable right now.
Yeah, and you know what else is unbreakable? That turret so wide, and with the timeless as well. Game and Numbat getting the bottom barrier thanks to it. And they're looking for the top one now, but that will be just snapped up by Sharks, who immediately gets two barriers, looking to continue this game, looking to stay alive here as another great glitch pop from Danny Penguin comes down, but Numbat has the shotgun, has the heavy impact hot shot. It's just so fast, but Sharks yet again catches the impatience from Achi with an amazing snipe.
You cannot give Sharks anything. He's going to score if he has even the slightest opportunity. I mean, he keeps proving it. And now, right, Don't Mind If I Do, we're back in this match. And I mean, look, it's Sharks' favorite right there. First up on the draft order. He might look to deny extra special, but knowing this guy, he might just take Twin Drive anyway.
Yeah, but
Oh.
you kind of have to. It's timeless
Yeah,
Manu
yeah.
Aimee. Like,
Like, there's a narrative, and I was trying to build it, but yeah, it's a little doomed.
wait, game picks up Specialized. It's Specialized Manu turret. That will just shred them if game can find the right angle that forces them to tank it. And
Yeah,
missile
and
prop
missile
balls.
prop for
Missile
Numbat.
prop balls
Oh, no.
denied by the era.
Oh, no, wait. That error might have cost Don't Mind If I Do with the game, right? Like, the missile prop Numbat Drek, this guy's Drakkar is so good. Those shotguns have been cooking. And I mean, as I
The
say
missile prop is just a little too much, unfortunately. But Sharks is trying to say, no, we can still hang. They've denied so much, but even with those denials, even with the relatively less in terms of awakening power, they've been managing to keep it alive so far. But Numbat again, the missile prop Drek is just too much. Look at that. Just amazing presence, getting cooldown refund, and it felt like they shotgun 3 times in a row.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little unreal what Numbat is doing with the heavy impact hot shot missile prop shotgun. I mean, that core is going fast. There's so many shotguns flying at you. It's incredibly hard to defend this, right? But this turret from Danny Penguin almost finds the barrier. Great defense from Raji, even finds the kill instead on Sharks. Now Izzy Boy barely misses the redirect. It's going to bounce off the split with that top barrier. And Numbat just looking to get the second one. Shotguns it off the wall foot. Waits out the beam. But Izzy Boy, so patient, knows that all he has to do is strike once. However, it's not going to matter as Numbat does indeed find that second barrier. Sharks NC, though, back up, manages to take one of his own. Danny Penguin gets the strike shot to force Numbat to shotgun early and manages to find that clear against a dangerous shotgun, but it's not going to matter as Numbat finds the tiniest pocket just inches away from Dandy Penguin as he scores. And it's 2-0. It's match point again for KO them, but we've seen this before.
Yeah, we've seen this before. Izzy Boy has the flip. They can mount some offense here, shrinking Numbat right off the gate. A great play to try and keep the Drakkar under control. But right now, they're going to need to get this goal quick, because if Numbat can recover, if Numbat gets speed gate, this Drakkar will just start scoring on these barriers. It gets past Sharks. They almost KO Numbat, but not quite enough. Izzy looking for the barrier, but deflected by the expanse of Achi. That cooldown is down for now, as game is looking for a pass around, but Izzy is just a massive presence in the midfield. But that shotgun is even more massive as Numbat wins the strike wars. Shotguns it through multiple people and looking to do it yet again as the tornado bounces it back towards Numbat. Numbat's getting so many chances at this. The midfielding from game is great, but chooses to blink inside. Great clear from Achi away from Sharks as both flips are used, but it is fine because the barrier, most importantly, is saved. The barrier goes down for Don't Mind If I Do, and Numbat just needs one opportunity. Game needs one opportunity. Numbat with the shotgun and strike wars the flip to end it. KO them, survive in the gauntlet, and make it out.
It was shaky for a second there for KO them. I mean, Sharks NC so strong, so good, but they did manage to close it out. Indeed, they have made it out of the gauntlet. I mean, the storybook run, right? What a tiebreaker series. What a match from both teams. Don't Mind If I Do has nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah, Don't Mind If I Do going 2-1 last game, and even made that set look scary. But in the end, the scaling came through for Numbat. The scaling came through for game. Achi, the right substitution for the right time here, and that was just huge for KO them. They move on, and yeah, just great gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. As you said, the right substitution at the right time. Sometimes you just need a certain kind of play, a certain kind of pick. And Achi was absolutely greater than the task at hand. Holding it down, Achi looked absolutely unbreakable in so many situations, even against Sharks NC's impressive offense. Great play from both teams. Both teams had some incredible moments there. All of the players played incredibly well. What a series.
Yep, what a series, and that is it for the OSAS Finale Day 2. Bison.
Yeah,
that's it for us. We might actually have a little bit more BestieInSlot content after this. I've heard whispers of a certain show match, but that'll be in a little bit.
For now, though, we will be saying goodbye. Come see me play in Liftoff on Saturday, I guess. Saya, what do you have? Do you have anything to shout out?
No, just follow. Just follow and watch Liftoff.
True.
Yeah.
Watch Bozo Bunch get wrecked by a bunch of high level teams. Oh my gosh, it's like I was so close to my screen. I just.
All right, well, that was it. That was Saya Bison casting the second half of the second day of the Gauntlet. We'll see you later because there's more content here, so don't go anywhere. Or, well, just watch Liftoff on Saturday.